Hi everyone, how's it going? My name is Sammy. Welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. If you are new to my channel, I promise I'm not always this hot of a mess, or maybe I am, but I am in the process of moving. I hope all of you guys are having a happy Thanksgiving. I wanted to give you guys something where you could just binge watch away all weekend while you're crafting, you're eating those leftovers. So I am going to give you all of the past Christmas DIYs that we have done here on this channel. So get those glue guns out and let's get crafty.
Here is our dupe number one, Pine and Snowman floral arrangement for $55.99. We are gonna make ours for under $5. Are you all ready? So you guys, this is an ornament from Dollar Tree. The ball is from Dollar Tree, and then our little snowflakes, those are from Hobby Lobby. But you get that whole pack for their 50% off for, I think it was like $2.50, like something crazy like that. It was such a great deal. Okay, you guys, so I'm taking my Arteza pins, and I told you I was going to be using these all the time. And I am just going to be painting our snowflake in gold. I thought our hat needed a little something. It has like a big space in between the florals. So I thought this was the cutest little pop to it. So I'm going to attach that with my Surebonder Detail glue gun. Super cute. Set that to the side. Now you guys, this is just a decor piece from Dollar Tree. I scooped this up a while back, didn't know what to do with it, and I was like, hello, a snowman, yes please. So you guys, my thought process here was, let's attach the hat first, that way I know where to put the face. Well, y'all, this was all sorts of wrong, and I will walk you through why. Okay, I think the first obvious wrong is that it's going to make it 10 times difficult to draw the face on. But you know what? Your girl works it out, okay? We're going to take our Arteza orange pin first, actually. And no, you're taking that orange pin first, girlfriend. See, I don't even know what I'm doing because the hat's in the way. So I draw the carrot nose on first, and I figured this would help me, like, it would be my guide as to this is the middle of the snowman's face. Then we're going to take our black, and I'm just doing eyes. This is so easy, you guys, so easy. And you can use different objects for the face, like the clear, like fishbowl looking one. You can use way bigger items because I'm sure the Kirkland's one is definitely bigger. But ours is pretty dang good for under $5. So we're going to continue to draw his face on. And like I said, pretty hard with the hat. So next time, just leave it off if you're going to do this, okay, until the end. So super cute. The paint dried really fast. Now I got this, you guys. Dollar Tree has these, and they were randomly still in the box when I went there, like tucked underneath the shelf. So I grabbed 2 of them, and they easily cut in half, you guys, if you want to make them look more full. I just kept 1. That was good enough for me. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around right here so you can see. This is when I realized this hat looks wonky. Like, it needs to come off, but y'all, it did not want to come off. That thing was stuck on there good. Like, look at this. And I end up ripping it off, but you know what? Like I say, happy mistakes. Everything happens for a reason, because this ripping the hat up actually turned out way better than I could have imagined. So it left some little cardboard on here, but underneath it was burlap. So I just cut a little piece of the burlap off the top. See him? He crazy. He is so crazy. Okay, so we're gonna cut a piece because I want to hide that cardboard, because you could still see it when the hat was on. So that covered that right up for us. And then the hat was now like more flexible, so it wasn't as stiff. So it sat on the head of the snowman so much better. And I'm so glad that happened, because now I know that I could take that cardboard part off. That, look at that. World of a difference, in my opinion. And then I thought, you know what? You can't even see his little happy face. So I got one of those wood blocks. These are from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to glue him on top just to kind of create a riser. Look at how cute. It's cute just like that. Then we're going to put our greenery around it. This greenery, you guys, I cut that in half to like open and close it. You don't have to do that. Then I'm taking these wired berries, you guys. These were only $1.50. Look at how many. Both of those bundles came in the pack. $1.50 for all those. And I'm just adding these to the greenery just to tie in that red hat. Just add a little pop here and there. They're so easy to work with. I can't wait to use them. Then I tried the bow like the picture, but too much. All right, and then look at how cute. All right, you guys, this is our second one. This is $40. We are making it for under $10, and ours looks even better than this. Okay, so let's get making it. I kind of cheated just a little bit. So this is the planter box we made in a previous video, you guys, and we did use all Dollar Tree to make the actual planter box. They were like canvas wall decor, and we stacked 3 of them together, painted it, and distressed it. So these are the little eucalyptus branches I got from Walmart. You could get a great, like a big bundle of these for under $3. And I think that was like half of the bundle that I cut up into little pieces and stuck into floral foam. Now I'm taking some Velcro. I think y'all know that I absolutely love reversible things and things that you can change out and reuse. So my thought process behind this was to be able to change out the bow and the ribbon seasonally, or whenever you want, really. So I'm taking this ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I tried using the Dollar Tree one, but the wire on that one was like bowing out everywhere, so chose to go with this one. So I'm just sticking the Velcro directly to the box, you guys. This is going to save so much hot glue. I'm not going to have to rip it off. I'm not going to have to ruin the box every time I want to change it up. So I thought that the Velcro was a nice option to be able to change it whenever you want. So after we're done with that, then we are going to go ahead and make the cute little bow that's going to go on the front of it. See? Voila. Easy peasy. And we are going to make a classic bow, you guys. We're just going to go ahead and loop this. I did not measure this bow out. Sorry, y'all. I fold my bows in half so I can find my center point. Going to set that to the side, cut our tail, and then we are going to put some dovetails at the ends of those. And then we are going to put our bow together with, can you guys guess it? A zip tie. So you guys know I love the zip ties. It allows you to play around with your bow and the placement of like the loops and everything like that. And then when you're ready, you just tighten it off. You're good to go. So you can leave it like this with the zip tie because the zip tie was black. But I wanted to make sure that the Velcro had something to adhere to. So I'm going to wrap the center with some twine, and then that way the Velcro has like a fabric or something to stick to. Does that make sense? And the Velcro is super, I mean, like the adhesive on the Velcro is super strong, so don't worry about it. This is Velcro that I got from a Wally World, and it's like I don't know, it's like really strong stuff. Gosh, I don't know what I'm talking about, you guys. Anyways, we're gonna apply this to this bow, and then we're going to be able to take it on and off whenever we want and change our bows whenever we want. Isn't this fun, you guys? Y'all, if you're liking these videos, make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe. Subscribe to my channel before you leave. Subscribe. Anybody watch Laura Lee? Okay, anyways. So you guys, these picks, y'all. Hobby Lobby, $2.99, 50% off, $1.50. Do you guys see how big these are? Do you see how big? So at first I was playing around with it. The tags are still on, but you can't even see them. Look at how gorgeous this is. This is the Gorga. Oh my gosh, like, look. I cannot wait to display this in my home. And you guys, these picks, $1.50. I'm going to show you one right now. Look at how big these are. I'm like checking, I'm going back and getting more. I'm so going back. And you guys, that was it. Okay, this one, I'm excited about all of them. Can you hear it in my voice? Okay, this one is under $5 it's gonna cost us to make. And I think it's even a little bigger than the Kirkland's one. So y'all, the wood cutout tree from Dollar Tree. I thought I had more of these. Your girl only has one, and we just started Christmas, you guys. I'm gonna have to go on the Dollar Tree haul sites and try to swoop some of these up because my Dollar Tree does not have these anymore. Okay, anyways, we're gonna trace out our tree. This is Hobby Lobby scrapbook paper for $4 like every other week. So stock up. I actually got some scrapbook books for the first time, so I'm excited to use those. Anyways, so we're gonna apply this. You guys, I tried the spray adhesive. Okay, this wood drank that adhesive spray up. Okay, at first I was like, oh my gosh, did I miss like all of those pieces? Like this, look, I was like, this feels super dry. So your girl sprays it again. It drinks it up again. Like, just next time, you guys, just use a glue stick, or you could just hot glue around the edges, which I end up having to do because literally it did not stick anywhere. Like, I don't know. You guys know. I'm a mess when it comes to Mod Podge, the glues, all of it. So now that that's done, we're gonna take the wood blocks from Dollar Tree. You could also use the foam dice, the smaller ones, and I'm not sure if I think the bigger ones might fit in this. And we are going to, and you know, those 2 wood blocks, you guys, I got those on a Dollar Tree, like, swap haul site, because I never got those in my local Dollar Trees. I'm gonna go on and try and find more of these blocks because I feel like I could use them for so much, and they're like real quality. Love them, love them. So we're gonna paint all of these white by Waverly, and we paint the crate as well. Then I'm taking the antique wax. You guys can get this. Folk Art has a version of it. Rust-Oleum has a version of it. So if you can't find the Waverly one, there are other options. So we are just going to de-stress everything down. I really wanted it to look farmhouse. I didn't want it to look clean like the photo. And look at how like much depth and dimension it adds to the piece instead of it just being stark white. And remember, y'all, this is just inspiration. You do you, and you paint them however you want. This one, you guys, would be a fun project to do with the kids too. So fun, because the only hot glue you're using is to attach them. Okay, so you guys, these stencils I found at Dollar Tree, and can you see how perfectly they fit on these darn blocks? Perfect. They were so easy to use. I absolutely love them. If you could see the block on the top left, I have one of those block little baby calendars from Dollar Tree. So I was using those blocks as a reference guide as to what numbers go on what blocks, you know, because I didn't want to Google it. But so that was a great little reference guide. If you guys have one of those, use it. And then I'm just using Folk Art Rich Black, using the stencil brush from Dollar Tree. You guys, these are one of my favorite paint brushes, stenciling brushes to use, and they come in a 3-pack for $1. All right, now we get this. I left the back raw. You could paint it if you want. I didn't mind it raw at all. And we are going to attach these two together. Now, the stem on this tree is not even, so make sure you play around with your adjustment where you want it, okay? And then we are going to hot glue this. Perfect. You guys, these came out so much better than I thought. I'm like addicted to looking at Kirkland's now. And I'm not gonna lie, that was my first time ever looking at Kirkland's website. I know. Okay, anyways, so we put the blocks in. Now you guys, that's the top of this tree. When you stood it up, you could see like the original hole kind of like come through the paper. So I got some of those snowflakes that we used for the snowman, and I left it raw, and I'm gonna go ahead and attach that to the top. That way it hides the hole from being seen when you stand it up. Does that make sense? And then I made this decal with my Cricut. You guys, I did not measure or anything. I just went typey, and it was like the perfect size. Look at this. Like, how perfect does that fit? I impressed myself for sure. Okay, so you guys, to be honest, I think this one came out way better than the Kirkland's one. If I do to my own horn, toot, yes, it did. Look at how cute. I cannot wait to use these in my home. They are so beautiful. You guys, let me know down below if you want more videos of Kirkland dupes, or if you have any other ideas on like dupe videos or anything. I would love to do them. So please let me know down below in the comments. Also, as usual, let me know which one is your favorite. And thank you guys so much for watching today. Thank you guys so much for always supporting my channel. It means the world to me and my family. And I truly enjoy creating all of these for y'all to show you how to make it. So here I got my piece of wood. If you guys do not have a woodcutter or don't deal with wood, you can go to Home Depot and you can have them cut it for you, or you can use a cookie sheet, whatever you want. I'm using the stained Jacobian, and I am putting that on with a microfiber cloth that I just cut into little pieces. If you watch any of my wood signs, then I do go more into detail with all of that stuff. I'm just making sure to get all of my sides, my back, my front, all of it. And then after we are done with this, please let it dry. I actually used a blow dryer to dry this. You'll know when stain is dry because it won't feel oily. And then now that our paint is dry, I am getting a decal, Days Until Christmas. Y'all, you can use your own handwriting. You can use stencils from the Dollar Tree. You can use stickers from the Dollar Tree. Did I just repeat myself? I don't know. You could even use the pencil method where you print something out, color with pencil on the back, lay it out, and basically kind of transferring it, and then going over it with paint pen. So just because if you don't have a Cameo or a Cricut, it doesn't mean you cannot do this sign. So I am just slowly taking this off. I've said it in previous ones, go slowly because you do not want to rip that decal. And I'm just using the heat gun, trying to warm up that adhesive, making sure it's stuck to that wood. And then we are going to get this little baby round. I don't know where I got this, you guys. I'm pretty sure they carry it at Walmart. And then I have this chalkboard paint. This is from the Dollar Tree. And this was actually my first time using it. And I was very impressed. It is super, super black. It's like jet black. And I made sure to get our sides full front. Of course, I didn't paint the back because it is not going to show. I essentially kind of did 2 coats because I put a lot on when I squeezed it out the second time. But yeah, I was really impressed with it. I even seasoned the little chalkboard up and wrote on it, and it works. It works great. So just using my heat gun, and then now I'm measuring where my center is. I am laying my ruler on there just so I keep a guide of where that round should go. I put hot glue on, attaching it. Make sure you don't put the hot glue too close to the edges because once you press down, you don't want it coming out of the sides. And now I'm making the same bow that I've made in my previous video, which I will link above. I am cutting 3 strips of 12 inches, 2 for our loops and 1 for our tail. For our tail, I'm cutting our triangles out so that we can create cute little tails like that. Now we're going to fold our ribbon in half so we can find the center point on them. And then you are going to bring the ends to that center point and overlap them just a little bit. That way when you tie them up, they're not going to slip out. You're going to repeat the same step for the second one. And then I tried getting in a good angle where I can show you kind of how I bunch these together. And I'm just pinching, pinch, pinch, get your second one, pinch, pinch. You do have to hold this together while you are doing the tail. So it can be a little tricky, but seriously, you just have to practice. I don't always get it on my first try either. So just take your time with it. Now I'm using a zip tie. You could also use string. You could sew them together. I do like the zip tie though, because it kind of gives you room to play with it. If like you happen to do it uneven or whatever it may be, you can still move those loops around a little bit. So yeah, I like them, and they're just kind of easier than tying. So I tighten that up. We're gonna cut that back off. I don't know why I fluff it up and everything when I'm just going to like smash it down again, but you know, I like to work harder. And then we need to cover that zip tie up, because even though it's black, it has that notch in the back and you don't want that showing. So I did try a couple like black and all that stuff, but I ended up going with just Dollar Tree twine and wrapped that around 3 times and just held it in place with some hot glue. Make sure to get that finger protector on from Dollar Tree too. I don't know exactly. I got this ribbon off of Facebook Marketplace where I get a lot of stuff. So I couldn't tell you what store it actually came from. But I'm pretty sure you can find buffalo checks anywhere. I think that's what it's called, you guys. I don't know. Okay, look at how cute that bow is. And it's so simple once you get the hang of it, I promise. And then we are going to attach our back, our hanger. I didn't want to do a sawtooth hanger because I feel like that makes people have to put nails in their walls. So we are going to use twine, and I'm just going to make sure that I put it where it's even so we don't have a lopsided hanging sign. And I am going to use my staple gun to attach this. I'm sure you can use hot glue because I don't think it's not heavy at all. So hot glue could definitely work. You could even drill holes in this and put them through. I mean, or you can just leave it as is and like put it on a shelf so like the kids can take it down and change it on a daily basis. Put magnets on it, put it on the fridge. That'd be cute. All right, and then I'm just finding my center point so that we can glue our bow. And then this is all done. So easy, it's beautiful, goes with any decor. I absolutely love it. I might actually keep this one. But then I create so much during the holidays, and then I say that, and then I like something else better, so I don't know. And I'm just using a paintbrush to kind of make little curls in that wire ribbon. And here you guys go. Days until Christmas. I love it. Do you guys love it? I love it. And you could use any kind of ribbon too. And she's awesome and she's beautiful and I love her so much. So I'm taking this Pioneer Woman Christmas bag, some Jenga blocks that have the mixed colors in them, and the Dollar Tree twine, ivory chalk paint, and a little chippy brush from Dollar Tree. I think I found this bag on clearance after Christmas last year. I'm going to go ahead and fully take this apart. You can also cut it with scissors. I don't really know why I didn't do that, and I took the time to take it apart. Don't ask me, don't know. Like I said, I like to work harder. And then I'm going to take the handles off. You can save these and repurpose the ribbon because there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. And then I'm using, I think this is Fiskars too, and it's a paper cutter. I don't even know where this came. You could get it at any craft store, but a friend of mine actually bought it for my wedding to cut some little things off, and it stayed at my house, which I'm happy about because it's super easy, and I use it when I make my coasters. So we're just making sure that it's even, and now we are getting our Jenga blocks. And I do play around with the placement of this. I decided to use the brown because I think it would go perfect with her because she's gorge. And then I am hot gluing these to the bag. Now make sure you hot glue the back and the end, because I didn't do that at first, as you can see, and when you pick up the bag, they bend and they separate. So then I start doing it around here. So make sure you do that, the end and the back. And we are going to have a gap in this, but don't worry, because we will cover her up. Okay. And now we're going to take our ivory chalk paint and just dry brush that on to our frame. And then we're going to also make sure that we get those edges so that it looks like a completed project. I really love how this came out. And the possibilities with this, I was thinking, like, if you did bigger Christmas ornaments, imagine, because this isn't like very big. How big? What did I say? Maybe like 5 by 5 or something like that. This would look so cute on a Christmas tree. So we're done with that. I need to cut off this excess paper on the top. Just do that with an X-Acto knife. And now I'm taking the polka dot burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree and raffia. This is super easy. Just attaching both of them together, tying it together with the raffia, kind of cleaning it up, and there you have yourself a perfect rustic bow. And it literally is just putting 2 of them together and tying them together, and that's it. I love how this turned out. It's crazy when you think you have an idea and then you take it further and further, and then it just comes together, and it's so amazing. What should we name her? Because she's pretty awesome. I don't know. I love the sparkle on the image too. All right, so our bow, super cute. It's definitely going to cover that hole right there. So we're gonna hot glue her on, and then we are gonna attach the back, which we are just gonna get that Dollar Tree twine, and we are going to attach her to the back. And of course, as usual, I am going to measure the back so that we can make sure we have an even hanging sign. And I'm not tying this in a knot or anything. I'm just sticking that twine right on that frame, doing the same thing with the other side. And ladies and gentlemen, she's gorge. Oh my gosh, I love her. Look at that sparkle. She loves herself too. She is cute too. Okay, so we're taking our bamboo board, cutting board, and we're taking black chalk paint from Folk Art, ribbon, this decal, and we are going to make us a sign. So you guys, it was brought to my attention that I use a lot of stencils from my Cameo, and I do use it a lot, but you know what, you guys, I saved up, I worked hard, and I got this, and I want to use it every chance I get. And I understand that not everybody has one of these. That's why I tried to give you other options along the way, and I will work harder too at trying to expand my horizon and using other products such as stencils and decals and all that stuff as well. Another option, if you guys think there would be interest in it, I could open up an Etsy shop, and if it's things like these where like we know the exact size, or if you just want to buy my image, things like that, I can start doing that too, so that way I can cut the piece for you and send it to you, and you could use it as a stencil. So just let me know down in comments if you would be interested in ever purchasing these stencils, because I will look into that. So we are just going down. We're taking off our contact paper. I don't know which one it is because I use a lot of them. Now I'm just taking a chippy brush. I am painting over our stencil. Make sure you fully get over those stencil pieces. I will show you like the little gap right now. You see those? and like the dots, you want to make sure all of your paint is at least covering your stencil, and then you could keep the edges raw or whatever you want to do. But you just want to make sure they're fully covered so that when you take that stencil off, you can clearly see that image on your board. So make sure you do your sides, as I always say. All right, now our board is dry. I am taking off our stencil, and I won't bore you guys with showing you the entire takeoff process, but you get it. And if you don't have a stencil, you could always paint your board black, and then you can go over it with like an actual stencil too, like in white or any color you want. So you guys, I made a mistake. I don't know why, because I work with signs all the time. You have to wait for chalk paint to cure for at least 24 hours before putting a clear coat on it, because the paint will smear, okay? It didn't in this, and I was like, oh my gosh, amateur. Look at that, it's smeared. And I was so upset, but you know what? Everything happens for a reason, and it came together great. Okay, bow. This is so hard to explain, you guys. You just have to follow along. So this is a finger bow. I'm using 3 fingers, wrapping it once around 2 of them, tucking it back behind both of the loops. I'm trying to watch this and explain it at the same time. Now I'm bringing it over, and I'm tucking it into the piece I just laid over. You guys, I'm so sorry. I can do, if you want to see like a slower, better shot of this, I can definitely try creating a video where I'm in a better position and I could do it a lot more slowly and like repeat the process a million times. Okay. So this is the bow we create by doing the finger bow. Look at how cute she is. Look at, she's double looped and she's ready to party. I played around with the red bow, but I liked the checkered one a lot more, and you couldn't even see it with the red on top of it. So we obviously need something to hang her. Oh shoot, we ain't there. We sanding. We're using our Dollar Tree sanding block. I like it because it made it look matte again. Okay, I showed you guys that because I always close off my ribbon with sewing needles so that they're not like hanging out and a mess in my drawer. Okay, so now we are hanging our sign, and I usually do it this way for majority of these signs. I think there's another one. Yeah, the farmhouse one. I did the same tie up, which I can post above for you. And make sure that is even, because we're gonna hot glue our bow on top of that little rope. And I thought the white was just like a nice little pop to add the bow. And here we go, you guys. So these are all of our projects. I hope you love them. If you try any of these, please send me a picture to my Instagram account. I would love to see what you came up with. Also make sure to drop me if you think there would be interested in Etsy shop to buy decals or stencils or the SVG images so you can use it on your computer. All right, are you guys ready for this? Seriously, this is amazing. Okay, so we're taking our cabinet door, and I got this, you guys, from a guy at a mortuary. Okay, it's a story. It is absolutely hilarious. Anyways, I'm taking my skill sander, and to be honest, I don't know what grit I am using, but I know it is a low grit. I wanted this pretty rough sandpaper because I wanted to get any of the natural oils that occur over time, the dirt, any of like the shine that was previously on it. I wanted that all off. Now I usually use this sander when I am doing furniture because it has that pointed tip and it comes with a bunch of other like extenders to it. So that's why I started off with this sander. And as you can see, like the spots where it's like it looks matte, and then you could see like right in that on the right side, like it's still glossy, and I do not want that. I first thought we were going to paint this white, y'all. I thought this was going a totally different direction. So you'll see what happens. Then I get my orbital sander. This is my favorite sander, you guys. It is the Skill sander. I do not have it linked in my Amazon box because I cannot find this exact one, but it's at Home Depot or Walmart. Now, as I started sanding this down, you guys, the distress on this cabinet door was amazing. It was coming out so good that I was like, I can't paint over this. Like, the color of this was like an ivory kind of color, and then as I sanded it down, I saw this darker wood underneath it. And then you guys, it was just gorgeous. If you love wood as much as I do, and like it just looks great. So we're gonna clean this off, and then we're gonna take it back inside with us. Now look at you guys how gorgeous that looks. So I'm cleaning this off with my little stash of Lysol wipes I have down in the basement, but you can also use Awesome spray by Dollar Tree. Is absolutely amazing, but make sure you dilute it because it is like a bleach based spray. You could also use good old soap and water as well to get all of the stuff that's left over on there. Now I'm using my Oracle 831 stencil vinyl here, and I did create this design on my Cricut, and I'm going to save those trees, you guys, because you can use those later. You know what I'm saying? Don't waste it. So y'all, I will post the Cricut like shareable link for my design in the description box. I am sorry for my Cameo users because I don't know how to create SVG files yet. So I don't know how to share that or sell them. So I apologize for that. This stencil will be available in my Etsy shop for purchase for those of you that do not have a vinyl cutting machine, and you can customize the last name and the year, of course. So for this sign, you guys, do not mind Hank. He ends up drooling all over the vinyl. Anyways, the fresh Christmas, or what does it say? Fresh Christmas trees. Now that I do not know the font for, because that image came from Cricut Access Design or Design Studio or something like that. So it was already kind of like formed together. So I don't know that information, but I will link what I used for the Beltree family owned since 2018. I will make sure that I put that down below. Now, y'all, if I forget to put things, because I do that all the time, just remind me in comments, and I will for sure do that. So, you guys, Stencil Oracle 813 Oracle Stencil Vinyl is amazing if you are painting on top of paint, if you are going to do what we are doing right here. And then I'm using my Vinyl Ease transfer tape. You guys, I have used all of the transfer tape, and this by far is my favorite. It's like $23 for a huge roll. I just bought another one today. I love that it does not leave any kind of sticky residue on your vinyl. It is easy to peel back. I mean, it is just altogether an amazing product, and I highly recommend it. It is in my Amazon store link for y'all to check out. So now that we got that all done, we're taking our cabinet door and we are going to lay our stencil. Y'all, I set myself up for success here, okay? Because the top and the bottom of this stencil was straight lines, all right? There was no guessing in this. And of course, I still made this like a hair crooked. On my bottom left here, I did not line the stencil up with my, what do you call it? The line, whatever. Anyways, I made it just a little crooked, but it's all right. So now I am taking my scraper, and you guys push this down. You want to get that in all the grooves, all the crannies. You want to make sure that this is adhered to your cabinet door. Now, you guys, make sure when you are dealing with wood that your surface is smooth, okay? Especially when you're going to be stenciling like this, because if it is not smooth, that is how your paint, it will get into those ripples, it will get underneath your vinyl, and it will cause bleeds. The smoother your piece of wood is, the more success you are going to have. Okay, so with this one, since all of our pieces are so close together and I want to use multiple colors, I am going to go in with a makeup sponge. Now, I love the makeup sponges here. You can cut them up so that you will have more pieces. You can toss them if you want. but they actually wash out super well. So that is also an option. You could get over a 20 pack at the Dollar Tree for $1, obvi. And I love using them for projects like this. Now, keep in mind, when you are using this technique, slow and steady wins the race. You do not want a bunch of paint on your sponge. So as you can see, I'm dabbing it in the lid, dabbing it on my plate, then dabbing it on. So you want to go in lighter. You do not press down that sponge super hard, because that is how you're going to get that paint pressed down underneath your vinyl. So go in super light here and then go back for a second coat later. Okay. I think I cannot stress that enough. Go light and then go back in with your second coat. Now, another tip for painting with chalk paint, especially second coats, you need to make sure that first coat is thoroughly dry, and that is on anything. If you try and go in with a second coat of chalk paint and it's not dry, it will just take up that first layer of chalk paint and you will be left with splotches and naked spots, and it just does not look fabulous. Okay, I am telling you, just take my word of advice. Alrighty. Okay, so look at the difference, you guys, when you go in with that second coat of chalk paint here. So much more depth, so much more coverage. And like I said, like if you go in heavy, you can't change that. There's no fixing that. So go in super light and then go from there. I know people are going to ask, why don't you use like a sponge brush? And the reason I do not do that is because it soaks up so much of your paint. And your girl likes to save her coin. I like to save my product. And that is why I use a makeup sponge. And that's also why you have to like dab on your plate, because it's not sucking up your product. It's right there for you. So that is why I prefer using, when I do this technique, the makeup sponge versus a paint sponge. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down. I know you are. I know you are. Now, I got really ballsy here, and I was like, okay, we're going to do this line, and this was super close to the trees and the letters here. Now, if you were smart, you would just wait until the red and everything dried and then put your painter's tape back on like I did previously, but I do not have the patience to wait for that. So your girl just went for it. And you know what, you guys? It was a success. I did it. Yeah, girl did it. All right. Now for weeding, you guys. I have recommended it before, and I will recommend it over and over again. The Cricut weeding tool is absolutely amazing. It has the sharpest point to it that you hardly have to prick that vinyl, and it will lift it up for you. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. Now, when weeding, you guys, I mention this all the time, do not gouge your wood. Do not press in there. You just have to find a happy spot, okay? Just find a happy spot and work with it. Now, you guys, look at how there is like no bleeds. And I love with Oramask stencil vinyl, how easy it is to pull up your image. Like, it is flawless. It's easy. It's not time consuming. It doesn't rip up like your wood or your paint, and that is why I choose to use it when I am stenciling over something I have already painted. It's definitely worth the money. I get a humongous roll of it, and it lasts for a good amount of time. That is also in my Amazon store link for you all. You guys, look at how amazing this looks. Now, what I do not show y'all is that I do clear this with a Rust-Oleum matte clear spray, and because it's just going inside, so we don't need to go crazy with it. Now, you guys can add knobs to this. You could add handles to this, would be so cute. I mean, options are endless. I think I'm going to prop this up on like a dresser or something like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that being made. All right. You know, we had those extra Christmas trees, so we are going to make this right now. So y'all, this is just wood I have lying around in my basement. And this is red mahogany stain that I'm using. We are going to apply that Christmas tree that we took off our previous project This, if you are looking, is a silhouette of a pine tree, I believe it was. And then I'm going to take Cashew Waverly paint. Waverly is sold at Walmart only. Sometimes you can find it on Amazon, but very rarely. And I am taking a chippy brush about 1 inch, and I am just doing like a messy brush over this, just trying to make sure I cover my stencil up pretty good. And make sure to get those edges as well, and the top and the bottom. I do not paint the back of this. For a sign like this, I might charge like $10. If it was a bigger sign, I would definitely paint the back and make it look very, very finished. So after that is dried, well, kind of dried because I did not wait. As you can see, I'm drying it. We are going to now weed our vinyl decal. Now, you guys, for color vinyl, I go to midwesthtv.com. They sell 12 by 12 sheets. The price is great. They always have a discount, and their customer service is absolutely amazing, and I highly recommend them. I don't use much color vinyl, so I buy the smaller sheets. I'll buy like 2 or 3 at a time. So definitely check them out. This ended up fitting perfect. Now, I will say, you guys, if you are selling these, clear your board before you put your vinyl on. So I would have cleared this with Rust-Oleum clear matte spray paint. That is also in my Amazon store if you just need to see what I'm talking about. But I should have sprayed that first and then applied my decal. Do not, this is my opinion, spray over the decal because it is known to lift up. So we're going to pull that away, you guys, and this is perfect. This is going to be a great gift. It could go in a gift basket, your home decor. If you sell at craft markets or anything like that, this would be cute. I would probably sell this for about $10, and I will put the measurements in the description box for y'all as well. All right, you guys, so I am taking this piece of wood. Now, I custom stained this prior to this video. It's been down in my basement, didn't know what to do with it. If you guys are wanting to see how to do custom stains, please let me know in the comments, and that's definitely a video we can do. So this, you guys, the custom stain is red mahogany and green tea is what it's called. It's absolutely stunning. We're gonna take this ornament from Dollar Tree. You guys, I sold a lot of these signs last year, so it is great, and this is very inexpensive to make. Next, we are taking our decal. Sorry, I do not know the fonts because I created this last year and it was welded together with my Cameo, and on the Cameo, you cannot go back and find the fonts. So I will have this font or this stencil available in my Etsy shop for anybody that does not have a vinyl cutter. And if you guys watch the Polar Express, you know what this saying is from. I think it's absolutely adorable. I actually made this sign to begin with last year for one of my girlfriends. So you guys, we have this all stenciled out. We are going to use our vinyl ease. I'm just using scrap pieces. That's why it doesn't fit all the way. Use what you got. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now you guys, right here, I am going to first antique this. So I'm using Waverly Antique wax. You could get this at Walmart. And I am just going over the green part of this ornament because it looked way too bright compared to the green that was on our wood sign. So I am going to kind of antique this up a little bit, and then we're going to move on. Now I will say, you guys, what I should have done next, instead of hot gluing this right away to our wood sign, I should have applied our decal, painted, cleared it with the Rust-Oleum clear matte spray paint, and then applied the ornament. So just keep that in mind if you are trying to sell these, to do that. Okay, so, and you guys, these ornaments come in a star shape as well, this one, and I think there was another cutout of this, but they still have them at the Dollar Tree. So we're gonna cut this, we're gonna apply this, and then you'll all, like I said, I will leave measurements for my piece of wood. And this one I probably would have sold for $16 to $18, especially because it's hand painted and I didn't use vinyl. If I was using vinyl, it probably would have been like 12 bucks or something like that. Then I'm going to tape this off. And you guys, instead of using the makeup sponge here, if I didn't have that ornament already glued on, I could have used my mini sponge roller, but your girl gonna did that, okay? So we are gonna use the sponge method again. This is cashew. Cashew is a great, you guys, like vintage color. It's a nice creamy color. I absolutely love it. It matches great with the ornament. And you can see how much depth that second coat adds to this sign. So I highly recommend doing a second coat, unless, I mean, if you want to go super vintage with this, I mean, do one coat and you'll be good. So then we're gonna go ahead and you're gonna weed your sign out. Okay, you guys, if you work with vinyl like me, let me know. I think there is such a big difference in the way the black 651 Oracle vinyl peels off and the white. Like the white, I feel like is like super duper adhesive, and the black, it still does an amazing job, but it doesn't like cling on like the white does. Is this just me? Because as you'll notice in a lot of my videos, when I'm using this as like a lay down stencil, I use the black vinyl because it's easier to pull up versus the white, which I feel like has a tendency to cause more splinters in my wood because it's so adhesive. Anybody? Just me? Okay, you guys, that was it. Look at how cute that is. It's traditional. It looks vintage. I mean, I absolutely love this, and they will sell so easy for you. Now, I didn't put a hanger on this because I don't know what I want to do with it yet, but usually I would put a sawtooth hanger on the back, or do some twine staple to the back of this. But that is up to you, or you can leave it up to your customers if you know you're selling online. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed these Christmas wood sign DIYs. I had so much fun creating them.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. Today is Wood Sign Wednesday. Now, girl, you're looking good with your makeup done and you got your eyebrows done. What is up, girlfriend? Right.
This adorable Santa's key little house, and I'm going to show you how to make it. Okay, so we are taking the tallest house from Dollar Tree, and then I'm going to take a few paints, and we are going to take the back out, like we always do, right? These come out fairly easy, and you guys, please tell me why I always attempt to take all the paper off of this. Like, literally every time you guys see me take these apart, I'm trying to take the paper off it. Like, just get over that hill, girl. It ain't gonna happen. So I do this for a little bit because I'm a weirdo, and I always want to make more work for myself, you know? So I think then I get past it. We're going to take the sticker off. Now, you guys, this sticker was so, like, it left so much residue. I tried putting Goo Gone on top of it, and literally the board sucked it up, like, and then left oil stains on it. So don't do that. So then I always clean around the edges of these houses because they have a bunch of glue stuck on them. And I find that it just adheres better when you don't. See all the oil stains right there? Yeah, don't use that. Oh, sorry, Hank's down here playing. So I'm painting the back of the house with the crimson red from Waverly chalk paint. From Waverly. And it's chalk paint. Oh goodness, you guys, I always got to start these videos out in a hot mess. Then I am taking the cashew with my stencil brush from the Dollar Tree and just lightly brushing that on to give it a more distressed look. Don't want it looking all clean and fancy. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set that aside, let that dry. Then I am just taking green paint. It's just in a cup. It ain't fancy or anything. And I am going to do all of the sides and the inside. I wasn't planning on doing the inside, but some of the paint got in there. So yeah, it just happened that way. So let's put this together here. But first we need to cover the back. So I'm taking my shipping paper as usual, cutting that up, and then we are going to adhere that to the back so it's nice and it's clean. And y'all, those keys I just showed you, I got those from Amazon, a huge pack, such a great price. I will make sure I link them in my Amazon store. Now I am going to attach the back. There we go. I kind of did that a little crooked, so don't do that. Okay, now we are going to take this little baby decal. I made this, I think it's like called a metallic foil vinyl. I'm not quite sure. I've had it for a long time. It is by Cricut though, I know that. And this is what we're going to use for Santa's key. You could also hand write this as well, you guys, or use maybe some of like the tinier stickers from Dollar Tree. And I love the way it looks against this red. It is so, look at that. Ooh, girl. Okay, then I'm going to use one of these hooks from Dollar Tree. It was clear. It looked too shiny, too clean. So I used cashew and painted that. And then with our little brass key, I'm just tying it up. You guys, these keys, there are so many options. They have like a pirate one, a heart one, classic ones. They are so, so cute, and you could use them for so many other projects. And then this ribbon is also from Dollar Tree, you guys, obviously in their Christmas section. Okay, so now we are going to attach our little hook right here. Usually they have stickers on. I must have ripped this off of something else at one point because it didn't have the adhesive on it. So we're just using the hot glue. Okay, and then we're gonna put our key on, and then look at how cute this turns out. It is so much fun. This is something that you can make with the kids for Santa, you know, let them have like their own paint style. If you have multiple kids, they can make them. You know what I'm saying. Okay, look at how cute this ornament is. That gave me crap for trying to put it together, let me tell you. Okay, so we got Jenga box. We have the wooden panels. And then, you guys, I started out with the gel super glue because seriously, I've made coasters with the super glue gel and other projects, and it's never given me any issues before. But for some reason, excuse my child, for some reason this stuff, it did not want to adhere, and I did so many wrongs with this. Like, I started going on the top. Don't do that, because then you're gonna get it uneven. The whole reason of using the ruler was to make sure that I had straight lines. So this is when I'm like, okay, maybe if I put some heat on it and dry the super glue fast, it'll maybe stick. And then I'm like, all right, we're just moving to the hot glue gun. Like, I'm done. Let's try this out. So I started putting this together, and then I realized, oh, Hank is getting in the back of me. Oh, goodness. So then I turn it around, but then, you guys, instead of just following this all the way through, I decided to make a little pocket that I'm going to try to fit this Jenga piece in with hot glue. That didn't work. You'll see why it doesn't work, okay? So I'm using plaster, and I'm painting the panel over here, and then I wasn't going to paint the back, but then paint got on the back, so then I kind of felt like I had no choice but to paint the back. So that is what I did here. This paintbrush is from Walmart. It comes in a 2-pack. They are, I think, like a little bit pricier, like $5, but totally worth it. Now I'm taking the candy apple. There we go. There we go. It just starts going downhill, but don't worry, I save it. I always save my projects. I'm not starting over here. So as I fix this, the candy apple red is like a bright, like peppermint candy red versus the crimson, which is a little darker. But I loved it, but we're going to darken this up later. So I'm going to go ahead and we are going to paint the outside, the inside, the top, everything. You just don't need to paint the back of it. And again, I'm using my stencil brush from Le Dollar Tree here. And I will leave you guys the link to the paintbrush, the Arteza paints. Unfortunately, they don't really sell like the paints separately. It is in a bundle, but I'll still put it down below if you want to take a look at it. So now I'm taking the Antique Wax by Waverly and just kind of dry brushing it over just to give it so it's a little bit darker, because this was very, very bright. Okay, so I built the frame first, you guys, because the panel was smaller than the frame was going to be. So this just made it easier to build and put together, if that makes sense. So now I'm taking these rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree. I was so excited that these fit, you guys. And you can probably make, I would say, out of one sheet, 4 of these ornaments. And again, I don't know what it is with me, but just personal touches and stuff. Like I said last time, like you could write a little personal note on the back of these and give them to, you know, friends, family, people at work, whatever it may be, and just, you know, put a little note on there. And that's something that they're going to keep. And every year they bring it out for Christmas, it's going to be, you know, a memory. And I love that. I love that. So these, you guys, just go slow with these rub-on transfers, because as you're peeling up, if you notice that like the lettering or something is coming up with it, all you have to do is put the transfer back down, just rub a little bit more, and you can get it to go on there. You just have to be slow with peeling up the paper here. So as you can see, I'm like seeing stuff, rubbing, and then finally we're good. Okay, so now we're going to take some ribbon, and I believe this, yeah, this is from Dollar Tree. And I am going to hot glue it to the back. At first, I did it straight up, and you'll see right here. And I'm like, oh no, that's gonna look weird trying to tie a bow like that. So I ripped it off, and we're going to put the ribbon on at an angle here. There we go. Good job, girlfriend. And then we are just going to tie this in a cute little bow. This is just a classic, like, tie your shoe kind of bow. I don't know. Is that bow? Is there a name for it? I don't know. So we'll say tie your shoe bow. And look at how cute. Oh my gosh, this video is a hot mess. Okay, so look at how cute this came out, you guys. And it was super simple. Learn from my mistakes, though. Don't be a hot mess like me is basically my advice for the day. Okay, so this, you guys, this DIY went a totally different direction because this is not what I planned to do here. Okay, so we have scrapbook paper, the wood square panel, and then this frame from Dollar Tree. Love, love, love that it was already green. So we're going to take it apart. There I go with the paper again. Okay, so you guys, Hobby Lobby, four for $1 on their scrapbook paper, and seriously, I think that sells like every other week. So save your money and wait for those sales, and then grab yourself some scrapbook paper. Okay, so we're gonna just cut that out, just traced it, and then as usual, I am just gonna hot glue all of these edges on here. I think it holds well. You don't have to mess with Mod Podge or glue stick or nothing. It's good, especially because you're gonna frame it. So I loved the green, but it was just like a little too bright for like the scrapbook paper I was using. So I got that cashew. I love the cashew color because it's definitely more like vintage looking than a stark white is. And I do brush that on the outside and on top, but I do not do the inside. I felt like the inside helped it help add a little bit of dimension by just leaving it a solid color. So after that, we are going to go ahead and set that aside, let that dry. Then we're going in with our Crimson by Waverly again. And I'm doing the front. We're doing the sides as well because it is going to be basically like almost like the focal point of this sign. So make sure you get all of those edges. Now you all, what a difference this one is compared to the candy apple red. The colors are just, isn't it crazy how you could get a red, but they're like two completely different colors? It blows my mind. Daily DIYer uses a red by Apple Barrel. I'm gonna have to figure out, she says the name of it. And it's like this dark, like perfect Christmas red. I need to go see what that is. Okay, so I put antique wax on it. And then I'm taking this Mary cutout from Dollar Tree, rubbing some antique wax on it, and then doing my new favorite stain, which is the antique wax and cashew mixed together. It is absolutely beautiful. You guys, when these wood cutouts come out, you need to grab them right away. They're usually the first thing to come out for every season, and they're the first to go. So here, I thought I was going to add some gold to the deer, but it just looks so good with just the wood. I decided just don't touch it. You know, don't ruin a good thing here. So putting our sign together, look at how cute. You're so cute. You're merry, you're bright, you're beautiful. Okay, so taking our detailed gun so we could get in all those little spaces, and we are going to put that right in the middle of her. See how that antique wax just totally deepens up that red? Love it. And then see how the cashew ties into the scrapbook paper, the vintage look. It all comes together, y'all. And then there we go, hot glue that. She's ready to go. This sign stands up on its own, which is great. And then this one, you guys, it's a little surprise for you, okay? So we're using the pumpkin from fall. I'm so glad I bought these and then didn't touch them for fall, of course. So I'm glad that I was able to use them. And I have a lot more that we'll probably use down the road. So taking this sticker off gave me so many issues. Had to keep heating it up with this gun. And then, you guys, I was worried. I was like, okay, so obviously there's a a branch hanging off. I don't know. You're picking up what I'm putting down, right? Okay, so here you go. Girls tries Goo Gone again, and I put way too much on, so don't do that. It smells absolutely delicious, like pine sol. I don't know why I said delicious. I'm not going to eat it. I don't know. Okay, so the little stick thing. All you got to do is heat that sucker up. You got to heat it for a long time. I had like preheated, that sounds so funny, preheated this before. So you guys, I took this outside and used my orbital sander, and it works good. It took all that glitter off. It did not leave anything on there. And you'll see what I do with that other side. Stunning. Okay. Yes, we get it, Sammy. It's smooth. Yeah, girlfriend. Okay, so when you're using a scrapbook paper like this, you guys, just make sure you play around, since it has different texture, different colors, all that stuff. You put it where you want it. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. So we're gonna cut that out here. I don't know why I always start with where the price tag is, and then I'm like, girl, you forgot one of the corners. Yeah, better check yourself. Okay, and again, using one of those wood cutouts from the Dollar Tree. I literally grab 2 packs of each wood cutout whenever they come out, because I know I'm going to use them. So then I'm going to take some Mod Podge. I love the little ones from Dollar Tree because they're just so convenient to have something to just squeeze out onto your project instead of my big tub. And then I put a light coat of Mod Podge on this. I do not put it on top. It was totally fine. It went on super smooth, no wrinkles. I know I always complain about my wrinkles. And then we're just taking the white from Waverly and we're just painting it on. I'm not doing anything else to the tree, you guys, except this. It's gonna look so good. Okay, so this side, you guys, we're gonna make it reversible. So I just took the antique wax and look at how it almost looks like a cow print or something. Almost looks like a leather, like a distressed leather. Oh my God, it just looks so cool. I was like, oh, I'm keeping it like this. We ain't painting it. We ain't doing it. I mean, so cool. So then I found these adhesive stencils from Dollar Tree in my stash. And I was like, you know what? I think we could do something with this. I think it would be super cute and whimsical, and it would look so good in a tiered tray. So don't know where I'm at or what I'm doing here. There we go, getting the paint. Then I'm going back with cashew, and I chose this color because I did not touch the sides of this sign at all. So it kind of matches and ties the sides back into the sign. And then I'm using my stencil brush from Dollar Tree, and I'm just kind of pouncing that on there, not pushing hard. It did bleed some underneath these stencils, but I didn't even care because it kind of just went with the whole thing. I don't know. So look at how cute that's looking, right? So you can leave it like this. You could put a little saying. I chose to keep it vertical because of the hole on the bottom here. So then I just painted a V for Veltri. Thought that was super cute. I was trying not to use like a bunch of decals and stuff like that with my cameo. So there we go. And then okay, so with this Christmas tree, I wanted it to pop out. So I glued like one of those wooden towels to it. So it would, you know, be like 3D effect. But then I changed my mind and I was like, no, I don't want it. So we are just taking our detail gun and we are sticking that on. There's Everly. She's waiting for me to go outside with her. And then look at how cute, you guys. So you got Christmas in the front and you got every day in the back. So when you're done using this side, you just turn her around and then you can use it for everyday use. Look at how cute. I love, love, love that. All right, you guys, that was all the DIYs today. Make sure that you like and you subscribe if you enjoy my videos. Bye.
So I am super, super excited to bring you some more of them. No, that I'm bringing, I don't even really know what I'm doing. Oh, I just snorted. Imagine that. Man, talking about a hot mess. Sit up straight. Happy Friday, y'all, and welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. And happy Friday. No, I don't like that my hands were crossed like that. Okay. Hello, all my beautiful subscribers. Thank you guys so much for hanging in with me while I am going through this move. I cannot wait to be back crafting with y'all. As you can see, it is starting to clear out down here in this basement. I will be taking next week off, you guys. If I can find time to post, I will, but I just want to make sure that I get everything the way that I want it. I want to make sure our family's taken care of and things are put away. And I just know I'll be a lot less stressed if I take the week off, and I'll be able to give you guys the DIYs that you deserve. So I will be seeing you back the following week. I hope you guys again have a great holiday. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
This one is my favorite. Let me know which one out of these four are your favorite at the ends. Okay, so let me show you how to make this. So I got the Aloha like bank. This came in a few different like patterns and stuff. Got a decal and some scrapbook paper. And you guys, right away I had broke the back of this, so be careful. It does pop out. The paper does not come off, which is totally fine. So everybody kept telling me in my one video, like, use nail polish remover. Well, I use nail polish remover. It didn't work unless I have like the crappiest nail polish remover in the world. It didn't say acetone or anything on it. It's the Walmart brand, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. So I took my scraper that I got at Dollar Tree. These come in a 4-pack and they're in the automotive section and they're amazing. Then taking some scrapbook paper. I'm trying to figure out which one I like the best, and I'm digging this like vintage Santa paper for sure. It even looks good with just the black. Like you could just leave it like that and be enough. Okay, so now I'm putting it over the square and I'm just pressing down on the sides to give me an outline. You could also trace it out with a pencil or a pen, of course, but look, leaves that outline right there for you. Using my scissors I found on clearance at Walmart, the Westcott brand. They were like $2. Okay, so need to cut it down just a little bit more. And y'all, I'm just going to hot glue this on. You would think with 2 children in this house, I would have some sort of glue stick, but I don't. It's the weirdest thing. Okay, look at how cute that looks just as is. Obsessed. Obsessed. Okay, so we're gonna hot glue this on. Y'all, I'm gonna have to tell you about this hot glue gun. I was sent it. I don't get anything from showing you guys. I'm just showing it to you, but I'll have to tell you more about that glue gun later. So I'm gonna tape this off. It looks absolutely good, just black, but I don't know. I didn't want to leave it just black because, you know, we always gotta take another step. So I'm using just some painter's tape, taping off our glass, cleaning it up so we can paint. And then I am taking cashew because I kind of wanted it to go with like the whole vintage Santa yellowy look. And I'm just taking a 1-inch chippy brush, and as usual, I am not being neat with this. I am just running it across there. Gonna do the front. Don't worry about doing the inside or anything, especially since the scrapbook paper is black. It'll go just fine. So we're gonna finish that up and we are going to let that dry. I'm gonna take the painter's tape off. Here we go. This is what we have left. Clean your glass up because those things are dirty, especially after you scrape all that stuff off of here. Okay. So then we're going to take, you guys, I am so sorry. Lately with the fonts, I have not been getting the fonts. I've been trying to use the Cricut, and I'm used to being able to like weld and then like go back and find out what font I used. And in Cricut, you can't do that. So as of right now, I don't know what font this is, basically is what I'm saying. So I'm just using a red permanent vinyl, putting that over. Christmas fun. And how cute is this? I want to keep this like by our front door for when we walk in. If we have like loose change or extra cash, just pop it in there. So cute. All right. I love this font. I love these beads. So I got this little ornament from Hobby Lobby, $4.99, and then 40% off of that. And I knew right away this needed to be more Christmassy for me. So I'll try and find the item on their website and link it down below. This also would have just looked good if you would have hot glued like some greenery and berries to it, but your girl has to, you know, do a little extra. Okay, so taking plaster. You guys, this took me 3 coats to cover this darn bird. She was not having it. Is she a hen? Is she a chicken? She's definitely not a rooster. I don't know, but she was like, you ain't covered. Look at her. She's popping through. She's like, I ain't going nowhere, sis. So, needless to say, I had to go in with 3 coats. And part of me was like, you know what? Just kind of do a dry brush over it with a different color and just hide it. But y'all know I have to have like a finished product. So that wasn't going to fly. All right, so now I lay my beads out before I put them on, especially because I'm going to be painting them multiple colors. Now, usually I do not show you guys painting beads because I feel like you guys would be bored, but I've had many people ask me to show how I paint my beads. So here I am. All right, you guys, Can Academy, if you guys don't know it, it's a kids app and it is free. It's an educational app. And it is so good. I highly recommend it. Okay, anyways. So I'm going to take my beads. I'm taking the Dollar Tree floral wire and I'm going to string them on here. And then I put a little loop at each end. And this is going to help me, 1, hold it, and then 2, hang it after so that they can dry. So the big beads, we're going to do red. The small beads, we are going to do black. And I like using the floral bead because you can kind of like bend it and warp it so that you could get in between the wood beads when you're spraying them. So here we are outside. Put a glove on. Don't have your smartwatch on. I always do that and then get overspray all over my watch. And I'm just holding it out and I'm spraying it, and that's all I do. You can also stain beads. You can put them in hot coffee and do a stain that way as well. Or you could hand paint them, but your girl does not have the time to be hand painting stuff. So spray paint it is, okay? So here we go. We got the black one going, and then you see how like you can bend it? Hi, mailman. Thank you for your service. Appreciate you. Okay. So like I said, you see how it's like bent? You can move it around, and then here we go. And then you just leave them up to hang until you're ready. Okay, so back to our ornament. I'm just taking mineral chalk paint by Waverly, and I'm just kind of dry brushing that on, just giving it a little bit more depth right here. A little bit more texture. Okay, there's me being lazy. This is my cup by Monner's Market. I'm being lazy and filling my cup with water so I don't have to go upstairs and wash my brush right away. So this font, I do know what it's called. It's called Snow Deer, and it is from DeFont. Absolutely love it for the holidays. It makes adorable, adorable personalized ornaments. And the Buffalo Check permanent vinyl. So now we're going to cut that off. I'm using the Dollar Tree twine. This twine is perfect for the wood beads. It fits perfectly. Wood beads, I believe this one is like the 1,000 pack from Amazon. It is linked in my Amazon store for y'all. Yeah. So we're going to take these off, and I'm going to do 1 red and then 3 black. And before I do that, I take some hot glue, put it on the ends, twist that twine up so that it doesn't fray. You could also use tape as well. And then not all beads are created equal because some of them are a little sketchy. So I think this was the only bead I had an issue with, but it took me some work to get it through. But again, 1 red bead, 3 black. This is just for inspiration, y'all. You do your thing, put some green in there. I mean, possibilities are endless. So now I'm taking the Dollar Tree twine, I'm wrapping it around my scraper tool. You could also just use your fingers, I mean anything, but it wasn't as thick as I wanted it to be. So I grabbed a new pack, and I'm gonna keep wrapping it here. And as many times as you wrap it, that's how full your little tassel's gonna look basically. So we're gonna take that off. Let's cut it. We're gonna get a small piece of our twine and just double knot it at the top. You want to leave like a 1/2 inch to 1 inch up there so you can string your twine through. Sorry, I'm not in frame, but I'm just cutting the bottom. There we go. She cute. She cute a looter. Yep. Okay. And you guys, you can make these using like yarn as well. I mean, the tassel could be a bunch of messy ribbon. So there's a ton of possibilities for beaded garlands. All right, so now we're gonna just tie that through, and I am going to double knot it at the end and then cut the excess off. And you guys, that is done. You have yourselves a cute little holiday ornament that will look adorable on a tiered tray. Or if you have a pretty sturdy Christmas tree, this will make adorable Christmas tree ornaments. You're cute. All right, and we were gonna turn these into Christmas trees. I mean, if you didn't know that, here we go. Okay, so Christmas tree. I'm going to start, I think, by taking off the sticker, and I'm using my heat gun for this. There are many possible ways of taking the sticker off. This is just my preference. And what was I gonna say? Oh, make sure to keep this piece of the triangle, okay? And set it to the side. I don't know why I took my X-Acto knife. I know I have to push it out. I don't know why I try to cheat the system. Girl, you know. Okay, so I'm trying to take all the paper off the back because you guys know I like a finished product, and it is going to drive me insane that this is like propped up and there's trash on the back of it, you know? I think I'm gonna go back in and actually cover the back with like a thicker jute cord, and then it could be you guessed it, a reversible tree. Okay, so here I am. I'm like not letting it go. Like, I want that paper off and it is not coming off. Girl, just get over it. It's not happening, okay? Clean it up. Okay, now we're taking antique wax. Again, just messy brushing it. I'm not being neat with this at all. This is just the Dollar Tree stencil brush that comes in a 3-pack in the Crafter Square section. You guys can make this any color you want. I do the sides and I do the front of it. I'm not painting the inside at all. We are good. Keep her as she is, you know. And then, okay, now I'm using these push pins. These are from the Dollar Tree, and y'all, as usual, I tell you all the time, I love my mat. This is the Arteza self-healing mat. I'll leave it in my description box, and I use it every time I craft. And what I'm using it for now is I have my ruler going straight across so I could keep straight lines so they're not crooked. I mean, you can do it crooked. You could stagger them. You could do whatever you want. But, you know, I wanted them to be even with each other. So that is what I'm using it for here. These are just in the office supply section at the Dollar Tree. I think they come in silver as well. They have more decorative ones, I think, at Walmart. But these were super easy to push in as well, you guys. So super cute. Okay, so we're going to finish putting those in, and then I'm going to grab some green, like jute cord or whatever. It's actually, and I don't know why. Can you guys explain it to me why this stuff is in the automotive section at the Dollar Tree? Don't know. This tree would have looked cute just with the push pins in it and nothing else, but you know, we got to take it a little extra. So I'm just tying a knot on the top one here. I cut the remainder little tail off. And now you guys can make this go zigzag. You can start from the bottom. You can start from the middle. It doesn't matter. It's all about preference and what you want to do. This would be fun too if you have a little bit of like older kids, even if you just did the push pins yourself and then let them kind of do like a string art thing with this. That would be a lot of fun to do. Imagine doing that like every year, like on Christmas Eve or something, and all the trees that you would have, you know, by the time like your kids are grown with kids. That would be so cool. Oh, maybe I need to start that. Okay. So now that we're finished, we're just tying off the end right there. And you guys, look at how cute. I love it. It's super simple. Okay. So this, you guys, is from one of those Dollar Tree succulents. I had used it in a previous video and I knew right away this could be a tree stump. So I'm using Arteza Gold and mixing it with antique because I did not want this bright gold at all, and I did not like that fugly brown color. So I mixed the two and it gave me the most perfect brass looking color. And with using this brush, it gave you like that brushed copper look. It just looked, you guys, I just loved it. It turned out way better than I could have imagined, and it fits perfectly on our tree. Look at this. So again, using my mat as my guide so that I get this on even, using the hot glue gun, not putting it on the sides of that though, because you don't want it like spilling over. Don't want some spillage. All right. And then look at how cute. This is so cute, so simple. This would even make like a cute little tree for like if you do Elf on the Shelf or whatever. All right, guys, this one was fun to make. I had so much fun painting it. So here I am looking through all of my scrapbook paper. Lisa Christopher sent me all of this paper and I was like, oh gosh. Okay, so I'm using one of those shadow boxes from Dollar Tree, and I'm a hot mess on this DIY, you guys, because I like went back and forth. Word of advice, that previous ornament, it does not fit in here, so don't use it. Okay. So I had picked my scrapbook paper and then I put it back in the stack. So I'm trying to find that here. So we want a Christmas scene. I'm doing the same thing, rubbing the sides so I know where to cut, and surprise, surprise, it fit perfectly because she perfect. Okay. And then because I haven't learned my lesson at all, I use this spray adhesive. Oh gosh, I seriously need a glue stick. Like, come on, girl, you're at Dollar Tree all the time. Okay. So since this is a shadow box, the sides will be showing. So we are going to just paint that with Waverly White. It does take me 2 coats to completely cover the yellow up, and then you don't have to paint, what was I gonna say? I don't know, the inside? No. Okay, so just paint this with 2 coats. Then I'm taking Crimson Waverly chalk paint. This took 2 coats as well. I highly recommend, if you're gonna do this, just go outside and spray paint it, because I do not like doing 2 coats. I don't like the waiting process and all of that stuff. I just rather go outside. I wish I would have spray painted it. Okay, so now we're gonna do our little truck, you guys. And I'm by no means like a painter, but when I do paint, I get so into it, and I feel like it just kind of turns my mind off, and all I'm focused on is like that project in front of me. So with this little truck, these are the ornaments that come from Dollar Tree. I am painting it red. Then we're taking antique wax, and we are doing the little rack that's on the back of our truck. And I'm just using random brushes. That the very thin brush that you'll see me use in this video is from the Dollar Tree. And now we're going to paint our tires black. Super easy. Nothing hard, you guys. I promise you. Like I said, I'm not a painter. I'm just going with the flow here. And I'm seriously using like every random, I got like acrylic paint, antique wax, I got folk art, I got everything going on. Then we're gonna take mineral, and just using the same brush. I don't even clean my brush off or anything. I'm just dipping it in there and then doing our rims with that color, because I definitely wanted it a little darker. It's an old truck, you know, we don't need brand new rims. And then I'm taking folk art, don't know what this color is. And we're gonna go ahead and paint our little tree. That is absolutely adorable. I can see the possibilities with, like, I always get at least 2 packs each of the wooden cutouts from Dollar Tree, because you can do so much with them. Okay, so taking this little tiny, oh wait, maybe not. Taking the little tiny brush, this is from Dollar Tree. It comes in a pack with this little tiny brush and then a bigger brush. And I am taking the white Waverly, and I'm in Kansas, so it does snow here. And I was just trying to think in my mind, when I come out or we're driving around, where the snow hits like my car. So I try to put it like on the step, on the door handle, on the top, on the hood of the car, on like the bumper, the fender. So like all of the natural ways like snow would fall and sit on your car is where I tried to place that. And I'm kind of just like dabbing it, like dab, 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 dab. And then she's so cute. I was so proud of myself after this was done. I was like, she is, look it, girl. Okay, so now we're gonna hot glue this on. So are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? It's a snow theme background. Okay, you guys, these things. Okay, so I tried to put this on, right? But of course it was hitting, the little balls were hitting the corner, so it wasn't going in. And then I go to pick it up and they all fall out. One of my subscribers, sorry I didn't write down your name, she warned me. She said, girl, don't mess with them, don't mess with them. And I messed with them. But as you'll see me do, I end up realizing, okay, if you just push them kind of like, well, no, I don't realize it yet because I don't do it. Okay, so we're gonna flip it, pour it in the glass, and then I push them, the little like snowballs, towards the middle, get the bottom and the sides in, and then it's so much easier. But then you guys, I'm like, you can't even see the darn truck. I put way too many snowballs in there. So then I have to take it apart again, and and I'm trying. Did you see me? Like, I'm like, no, this will work. This will work. No, girl, it's not working. So see how I'm pushing them all towards the middle? Just leave the glass alone. Push your back in. And there we go, you guys. And this is cute. You can put it on a hanger or you could leave it. I scratched the chalk paint, of course, but that's okay. Everything happens for a reason, because it looked way cuter with the distressed white on the frame. Tied everything in here. So look at how cute she is. And she can stand up alone on a shelf. That's how I have her right now. Or you can definitely put a hanger back on her and hang it up. Despite the glass, I was quite entertained with this for quite a few minutes. I'm sure kids would be too. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please make sure to subscribe and like my video. It really helps support my channel so that I can continue to put these videos out for y'all. I hope this got you in the Christmas spirit, because it definitely got me in the spirit for sure. And I am so excited to continue on with these Christmas DIYs for y'all. So again, make sure to let me know which one is your favorite Christmas DIY that I did. And in the trash can, hey, you got something on your face, honey. Yeah, that's clean in the trash. Hello you guys, thank you for joining me on this beautiful Friday. Today I am joining in Heidi Sombel's DIY challenge. She hosts this challenge every second Friday of the month. So if that is something that you are interested in, please make sure to check out her channel. I am going to be doing some awesome Christmas DIYs today. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop into the DIYs. All right, you guys, we're gonna start out with this hula hoop from Dollar Tree. It is the smallest one that you could find. I got a couple of these during summer because I knew I wanted to do something with them. I just got a craft knife and kind of split a little piece of this sticker paper stuff open. I loved it because there was no adhesive on it whatsoever, no residue on the hula hoop itself. And just took it off. It peeled back for the most part pretty easy. I had to get my craft knife a couple times to kind of reopen it and get another starting point. But I mean, it came out super, super clean, and all you had to do was open it to get the little rice thingamajiggers out. And then I painted it this gold from Rust-Oleum. This spray paint is awesome, you guys, and it looks so high end. So then I'm getting my twine from the Dollar Tree, and we are going to just wrap it around a couple times just to get a starting point. And I apologize for the angle. It was so hard trying to work with this and get it in frame when it was so big. So you guys, when we are doing this, I am basically just zigzagging these upwards and then downwards, and I am making sure that they are super tight. Now, I learned that I need to be doing it super tight because there was some pieces that were like sagging. See that? Sagging down. So I would have to go back and like pull it and then try and hot glue it. So make sure you're doing this very, very tight. And then I'm just putting a dab of hot glue and then wrapping the twine around at least once before I bring it up or down to a new section. And of course, I kind of wanted them overlapping each other a little bit, but it's preference. You can simply just do these straight across and it would look fabulous too. Even with like a thicker ribbon, you can do it as well. But now we're going to take our greenery. This is from Hobby Lobby, you guys. It is regular price $99, super pricey, but I always wait for 50% off for their greenery. And it just looks so whimsical and it lays so nicely on round projects. So I love it. Love this stuff. So then I'm going to take a zip tie and we are going to attach it that way to our hula hoop. I love the zip tie because it just makes life so much easier, and it's just added security there. And you could get zip ties at Dollar Tree in the hardware section. We're going to cut that little end off, and then we are going to go in with our Dollar Tree twine, and we are just going to keep wrapping it around. And this is just going to hide those stems. It's going to hide the zip tie for us and just make it look nice and clean. Now you can totally leave it with just the twine, but I wanted to add that little Christmas flair, but I still wanted it pretty like neutral and simple. So I got these little pine cones from Dollar Tree that look like they're kind of dusted with snow. And I'm going to put those in the middle right here. And I put a cluster of, I think, like 6 or something in there. And you can definitely add more color, but to be honest, I mean, this is so big and it was so grand that like it didn't need much. Like this piece just makes a statement right when you see it. And this is definitely my favorite project out of them all. So of course I had to share it first with you guys. So see the little bundle right there, so cute. Okay, let's see. Look at how gorgeous this is, y'all. Like, I love this, and it could be used all year long. It's a great transitional piece into winter. You can use it to hold pictures, notes, whatever it may be. But when I envisioned it, it was definitely to hang some Christmas cards and Christmas pictures. So our next DIY, we are taking another piece from Dollar Tree. You guys, I'm just going to keep saying Dollar Tree this entire video. Okay, so take the frame off. We are going to spray paint it gold. Look at how beautiful this gold is, you guys. Like, it does not look cheap at all, and it dries so fast. Okay, we're going to move that aside. We're going to grab our yarn. You could get yarn from the Dollar Tree right now. And I am going to take this little package. It is 3 inches wide, and I'm wrapping it around 10 times. That was like the right thickness for me. I had to play around with it. And then we're going to be making, you guessed it, tassels out of these here, okay? So we're just tying the top, and then of course we'll cut the bottoms open there. And then we are gonna make, I believe it is 9 tassels. And don't worry, I'm not gonna punish you and make you watch every single tassel be made. But I mean, it was really easy, especially if you could find something like this package. I had it on my table. It's like that toilet, that toilet poopery or whatever stuff from Dollar Tree. Anyways, back to the craft and not the poopery. Okay, has anybody actually ever used that? Because I haven't opened it yet. I just thought it was cute. Okay, so let's make all 9 of those. And then after we're done cleaning the bottoms up, I'm going to take some of the little branches from Dollar Tree that come in the huge pack, and we're going to use that as our stem. This one was literally perfect size. I didn't have to cut it down or anything. And then starting from the bottom and working my way up, we are going to attach all of our little yarn tassels, and look at how cute our little Christmas tree is. And you can use this with, I debated, I almost did it with the green because I have green yarn, but you could do it with any color. It doesn't even have to be like boho or neutral. Like, it would just be fun to make these with the kids too, especially because there's hardly any glue when you're, well, there's no glue when you're making the tassel, but you're picking up what I'm putting down, okay? All right, so look at how cute this is. And again, the gold just makes this pop, and it just makes it look so fancy. You know, I'm all about fancy over here, but look at how gorge. All right, next one. So I'm taking 4 of these ornaments from Dollar Tree, and these are the ones that come in the 2-pack. And you guys just, yes, I am taking this. It's that snow that has like the glistening little flakes in it. I don't know what it's called. And yes, I know I could use a funnel. I know I could have probably created a funnel with a piece of paper, but this is called laziness. And I was feeling that way this day, and I was not about to get off my seat. So I just went for it, and it's okay because I got my ladybug vacuum to help me out. So then I'm taking all different greenery. This is lamb's ear, boxwood, eucalyptus, and this is all just from my like random stash of stuff. And we are just gonna plop those right into our ornaments, and already they look gorgeous. I love this one so much. I wish my house was put together so I could actually really like display these properly. But one thing I do wish I would have done, y'all, is paint the tops of these gold. Because even though you'll see I do cover them, I cover the sides right here with twine, and I go all the way up with them. But the tops of them still show, and then so does the little, loopy loop up top, that I wish I would have painted them gold because it would have tied in better with everything that I created today. But it still looks gorgeous. So I go all the way up with this. You could have even definitely covered the entire top instead of painting it or showing it. Does that make sense? So I'm going to do this with all of these little guys right here. And look at how beautiful and simple those look inside. Okay, so this is our last one. And then I'm going to take the same twine and we are going to just tie them in. Did I? I like how I'm looking. Tie them in the loop. Gosh, can you talk? Okay, yes, I'm just tying them in a knot. There we go. And then you want to make the strands pretty long. That way you can play around with their placement, because I displayed them not uneven. How do you say that? I don't know. You like blah, 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 blah. That's what I feel like right now. I'm just like a mess. Okay, so see how I hang them? They're at different lengths. That's what I meant to say. They're at different lengths. And I love it because when they're at different lengths, you can see all of the different greenery in there and they just look absolutely beautiful. I wish I could hang these from the ceiling and show you guys, but my house is a wreck from moving, so we won't go there. So I'm going to show you the final result, kind of just hanging against a wall, but nonetheless, they still look super, super gorgeous. And don't worry about the top. All I did was take like a little S hook and put them in between where the hole is right there. And look at how pretty these look. Just take it in. Look at the simplicity of them, how natural they look. Love the little touches of greenery in there, and then the little sparkle from the snow. Okay, you guys, this was my first time making this, just so you know, okay? So I'm taking a piece of yarn. I'm taking this like geometric looking bead, and I am stuffing. I don't have like a proper, what do you call it? Like needle, what do you call those, crochet needles or something to help me out. So I'm just doing it with what I got. So once I have that loop, I'm going to tie a knot towards the top, push my bead up. Now I'm going to do this in real time for you guys real quick after I'm done typing this down. And this is going to be an ornament. So what I did was I took 5 inches and then I'm just going to keep looping it around. That way you're not cutting a piece, going back, cutting a piece. Just loop a bunch around and then just cut the ends of them off. All right, here we go. Close. All right. Are you guys ready? All right, so we're folding the yarn in half. We're gonna tuck this piece under. Then we're gonna get another piece. You're gonna fold that in half. Now this one is above our strand of yarn. We're gonna get the tails, stick them through a loop, take the tails that are on top and feed them through the loop that's on the bottom and pull, and then move to the top. We're gonna do this another time for you guys. So fold your piece of yarn. I wish I would have made these strands longer because they would have been easier to work with. So that's my recommendation. Put it under your strand. Now you're gonna get your second loop, fold it in half. Now this one's on top of the strand. You're gonna get the ends from your bottom, feed them through your loop. Now feed the ends of the top and put them through the loop on the bottom. I hope that makes sense. You see that? And then you're just going to pull them nice and tight and move it on up. And you're gonna repeat that all the way down. And I'm not gonna make you watch me do that all the way down because it took a lot of time. I almost considered making this into like a garland for my mantle, but the time it takes to make one of these, that was a hard pass for me. So we'll just show you, and you guys can decide what you want to do. But my thought was ornaments. Ornaments it is, okay? So underneath, above, put it through each loop, There you go. You guys, I learned how to do this from Pinterest, and it was like in fast motion. It was the only video I could find, and it took me a minute, but I got it. I got it. And this is also, you guys, how they make like those feather looking ornaments too. So if you're into that and that's something that you want to try to do, definitely go for it. But yeah, not me. Okay. All right, so we'll keep doing this. I wonder how long I make you guys watch me do this. There we go. Okay, not that long. Okay, here we go. So then I'm going to take my scissors. Yeah, at first I was like, should I take these apart? But I didn't like the way it was looking. No. So taking scissors, and then we are just going to cut this to our preference. I wanted it obviously to look like a Christmas tree. So that is what I was cutting it to, but y'all do your thing. But let me know how you like this. This was my first, a lot of times I like to try things out for the first time, and this was awesome. I know macrame is probably not my forte because I do not have the patience for it. So there you guys go. I hope you guys like it. So there we go. I definitely think this would have been super cute on garland if you made quite a few and then put wooden beads in between. All right, you guys, this one is so easy. So thank you, Mama Mickey, for sending me these because they came at the perfect time. These are frames from Dollar Tree, and they're gorgeous. They look so high-end. I am going to take out the glass, and you guys, I just printed these out on my computer. And what I'm doing is putting them behind the glass, and then I put tape on them so that it sticks to the glass and stays in place where I want it to. And then I'm going to take my Arteza acrylic markers, and I'm going to go and I'm going to trace basically the top of my word, and then I go back in and I trace the bottom of it, and then I start filling it in. And this was so easy. These markers just glide so smoothly, and you guys have seen me use them in tons of my videos. So the link will always be down below, and I do have a 10% off coupon right now. So add it to your Christmas list. All right, so I did fill them in, but then I noticed, because obviously I was coloring black on top of my black prints. So as I lifted them, you could see like the little white holes in there where like I missed sections. So I put it back onto just the white piece of paper so I could see where it was missing. And then I go and do the same thing for Mary. And this time I'm using a 5x7 frame. What I was trying to do, you guys, which I realized later, is I wanted Mary to be horizontal like it is, but I wanted Bright's frame to be vertical. Yeah, vertical, this Mary to be horizontal. But I forgot I wanted to do that. So both of them are horizontal. So then I turned them around, you guys, because there was still some kind of spottiness going on. So what I did was I turned the frame around, or the glass piece around, and then kind of went back over wherever I saw white through the back. That's just way I knew it was vibrant and nothing was shining through. So then after cleaning them, you guys, we're going to stick these back into our frames. And keep in mind, for these, we do not want backs on them. We want them to look pretty. And okay, so here I am. I'm putting this through. So the bigger, the 8x10 frame came with like this foam on the back of the mat piece. So all I did was put those little brackets back down, and it was, look at how pretty. Same thing with Mary. This one had the matte form and then like a cardboard piece, and it worked great, you guys. Look, and no, I didn't use vinyl. Yay! Look at how gorgeous those are. Come on, you guys. Do those not look high end or what? Like, you're welcome. Okay. Now, you guys, I've had these. Didn't know what I was going to do with them until now. Again, spray painted them all gold. And the reason I did that was because I did try doing the twine with it not all painted, and you could see through it. So these are gorgeous. just gold, you guys, and they look like trees. But of course, your girl needed to add more. So I'm gonna start from the curve down here, wrap it all the way around the bottom, and then I'm going to start wrapping it around. But as you wrap it around, you need to make sure you're applying hot glue to the little curves right here, or else your twine is just going to slide right up on you, which obviously you don't want. So then as I'm going back down, I'm going to apply hot glue to little random places again. That way it's not moving anywhere on us. And I do it mostly to the curve, and then I adhere it to another piece of the twine. I hope I'm making that clear. And then once I get like a good amount attached to the actual glass piece, I'm going to go ahead and just start wrapping it around. Wrap, 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 wrap. Okay. And this adds so much dimension, so much depth to it, but you can still see all of like the gold coming through the twine. And I kept the bottom half gold, which I love. And again, these look great on their own too. But after I did one, I was like, that looks pretty darn good. I'm just going to keep going. These would even look good if you're a little extra, and you could put some Mod Podge over these and sprinkle a little bit of glitter. That would also look gorgeous too. But I mean, the simplicity in these projects is just killing me because they look so, I'm going to say it, I'm going to keep saying it, high end, and they look classy and sophisticated, and all of this from the Dollar Tree. Yes, you guys, I hope you enjoyed these DIYs. You can get majority of these products at Dollar Tree. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that subscribe, make sure you hit the bell, and have a great, great day.
Hank, are the little doggies punking you? Making you eat out of their small bowl? Oh, mama's poor baby. It's this one, huh? Causes all the troubles. And then there's Momo.
I was so excited when this finally came together for me. I absolutely love it. So I got this at a garage sale for 25 cents, and it was handmade, and this thing, you guys, was rough. Like, I probably wouldn't let my kids touch it because it was so rough. It was definitely handmade. Don't know if the guy knew about a sander or sanding block. So this part of it was almost ready to break off. So I'm going to use this Star Bond right here, and this comes in a bunch of different colors. There's a gap filler. This one is a crack filler, and I'm going to go ahead and place it on top of my cracks and then like on the side, and it's going to kind of seep through right there. Now this is kind of similar to a super glue, but the thing that I like about this is, one, you can use it on wood, which I love working with. Two, this accelerator in the white bottle allows it to dry literally instantly. I love this. If you guys aren't somebody that watches my wood sign videos, I have used it on there a lot, and it is just a great product to work with. So as you see, I'm spraying the accelerator right here, and that's it. It's dry. Like, I'm gonna rub my finger over it right now for you guys. I'm not gonna get my fingers stuck together. Like, it's dry. It's good. And it's solid. It does not move. I mean, we're good to go here. So then after I'm done with that, you guys, we're going to take a sanding block. I think the sanding block's from Dollar Tree. And we are going to smooth out our crack, and then we are going to smooth out everything else on here. Cause like I said, rough, like pokey edges, like it looked like the person just like cut it and then put it together, but did not sand anything on it. So we are going to smooth all of those edges out. As you can tell, I just keep smoothing it over and over and over. Now you guys, during Christmas time, like especially right now, Goodwill is going to have so much stuff like this. So make sure you check your Goodwill. That just shows that it was handmade. So then we're going to go ahead and clean this off. Then I'm taking Flamenco Red by Apple Barrel, and y'all, this matched perfectly. And it was so matte. It just worked out so well. Then for the bottom, I go in with my Arteza gold paint. And usually, y'all, this stuff is good. But I don't know if it was the coating of the white paint or what, but it made the paint so splotchy. But I was like, okay, you already did this side, so you got to do the other side. And then the only thing I could think of was to cover it with Folk Art Rich Black chalk paint. And it covered everything. I'm going to do the same thing to the front, the back, the insides of them as well. And I could not let go of that gold. So what I did was take my chippy brush, and I am just dry brushing, like really around the edges. And then I go over lightly just to add a little something. I mean, Santa's sleigh can't be boring, right? Right? So speaking of adding something, we're done painting. Now I get this little wreath from Hobby Lobby. I get these berries from Dollar Tree. Y'all, these berries suck. I am just going to put it out there, okay? Like, these things were falling apart so bad, I had to just hot glue them on there. Oh, they were horrible. Then I added a little bit of green here and there just to add a little bit of color. I mean, they weren't that noticeable, but they were to me. So then I take a wood letter S from Dollar Tree. We're going to paint that gold, and then we are going to hot glue it on the back of our sleigh. And then we are going to take the little wreath that we made as well and put it directly over it for Santa's initial. And right after I was done, I was like, who's going to see the back of it? But you know what? I guess it depends on what angle you're looking at it. So then, you guys, I grabbed my vintage books. Fun fact, I collect books. I love reading books. And so I was super happy to get these displayed in here. So then I grabbed this ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I really loved it because it looked very traditional and vintage to me. So I'm going to tie that around. I did add a little bell to it, just tied it up in there, tied a bow, and loved it, but it definitely needed something more like on the bottom. Like, it looked too plain right there on the side. So I'm going to take Santa's bookshop decal and put it on there. I actually should make another one and put it on the opposite side too, because I don't know how I'm going to display it, like where I'm going to display it yet. But look at how cute, you guys, this looks. Like, it looks so traditional. I love the bookshop. It's just something different, you know? Like, I love that it could be a book holder. It could be really anything. Love you. You're cute. All right, you guys, look at this. I think we all know what this is, Dear Santa, and it is our cookie and milk plate. So you guys, I found this on the side of the road when we were looking at houses. Literally, it was on the curb. It is like an MDF board. I'm going to go ahead and clean this. Make sure you guys clean stuff if you get it from garage sales. They are disgusting. Then I'm going to take my roller, and you guys, I have to do 3 coats of this Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint to get everything thoroughly covered. Of course, you guys, these are inspirations, so do whatever color you want. So this is after the 3rd coat. Look at how pure white it looks now. We're on the right track. We're going to let that dry, or take your blow dryer. All right, you guys. So this is the sponge roller from Dollar Tree. One, I think I should have wet it beforehand because all it did was soak up the paint, like so bad. And luckily your girl's smart and I tried it on a piece of wood first, and it was, needless to say, horrible. So thank goodness I tried that out first. So then my next option was to just tape it off. I work with painter's tape all the time. If you guys haven't seen my wood videos, you should definitely check them out. Even if you may not watch them, they are, you know, fun to watch. So then I am taking another piece of tape, and that's gonna just be my marker for how wide I want the next strip to be, and it kind of helps keep that second piece of tape straight for you. So I'm gonna follow that all around as well, the same thing I just did. And then I'm going to take just a small paintbrush, and this is a chalk paint. It did take me 2 coats to make sure that I got like a nice solid color, because 1 coat was really patchy, and this is where your girl drops it on the whiteboard. So be angry for a little bit and then you move on, right? We'll figure it out. So then we take the painter's tape off. I got some nice crisp lines. It did pull a little at the paint, but not worried about it at all at this point. Could I really be worried after I just dropped my paintbrush on it? But we move on. So then you guys, I did take this outside and I did spray it with some Rust-Oleum matte spray. See that border? It's just nice. It's petite. So I sprayed it with this. I cannot say this is food friendly, obviously, you guys, but if you want to set the cookie on there or something for Santa, just use like a napkin, or you could even use like a little cupcake wrapper or something like that. But I did spray it to seal that in. Then I'm taking some handles, and these are just, I had these in my stash, you guys, but you could get them anywhere. And I am dusting them with that Arteza gold. Love, love, love how they added like this amazing brass color to them. I definitely think that it needed that little bit of pop instead of keeping it black, because of course we have to think this is for kids and stuff. So I like it. And then we're going to go ahead and let those dry. And then everything we're using on here, you guys, is going to be vinyl today. So I made this little Christmas tree. Usually this is not a part of my boards. When I make these for my wood signs that I sold last year, this Christmas tree would not be involved. And I usually do not make them this large either. Obviously we're using trash or treasure here. So I have all my vinyl. All of this is going to be permanent vinyl, so we don't have to worry about it coming off. I personally do not clear my vinyl. I think that it lifts when you do it, but other people clear their vinyl all the time and don't have issues. So you can make that decision yourself. You can also use vinyl as a stencil and paint this on versus using the vinyl as well. But I just created this design myself, you guys. I will leave in the comments the fonts for the like here's a drink and then the Dear Santa font down. If you guys are wanting to purchase these vinyl decals, let me know in comments. I will probably make them a standard size of 11 by 14, like the whole thing, because that is like the biggest frame you could get at Dollar Tree that I think would be really good for this project. Sorry about all the noise. My kids are cleaning their playroom above me. But yeah, you guys check them out too, because like these MDF like little paintings and stuff are at the thrift store all the time, at least at mine. So there you guys go. Then all I'm doing with these handles, you guys, is applying this super glue from Dollar Tree, which is almost like E6000 and super glue, placing that on, holding it on, and we are good to go. You guys, this one is so adorable. Okay, I'm taking this okra jar, and then I am taking these paper straws. These are the ones from Dollar Tree. You will need 2 packs of these. Hank does not care that I'm busy or that I have a life outside of taking care of him. He doesn't care. So I'm taking the straws and basically I'm going to hold it up to my jar, and I want it to be high enough to like at least go up to like the lip of the jar, if that makes sense. So see right there. And then I just hold them up to the rest of the straws and cut that way. Now, for whatever reason, all of them did not come out even. So I don't know what I did wrong there. But when you are hot gluing these on, you guys, look at them. This first one I did, since I did it to the side, when I finally turned it around, I was like, oh, you are crooked. You are so crooked. So I had to take it off. Luckily, it came off pretty easily, and stick it back. We're going to do this all the way around the jar, you guys. And I was inspired to do this by Chalk It Up Fancy. They're really big on Facebook, and I believe they do have a YouTube channel. So I will link that down below. But they made a Halloween like Christmas tree, and they did this technique with the straws. So I just thought it was super cute and had to try it out. So here it is all together. If you have OCD, sorry, the lines do not match up. Okay, so the Christmas tree, you guys. This is the Dollar Tree Christmas tree. I was not recording, but that's okay. I don't think you guys want to see me fluff this the entire time. So for those of you who have not worked with this tree before, it is like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. It is skimpy in between like the longer branches, the medium branches, and the shorter branches. There are like 2-inch gaps in between them. So these, what do you call them? Branches that I have on the side in the bag, those are going to be our fillers for these. Now at the top, I wrapped it around, I believe 4 times. And then as you get to the middle, it's about 2 to 3. And then the bottom is gonna be maybe once, maybe twice. Well, for sure once and maybe twice, okay? So you could already see on the top how it's getting fuller. Now, I am not a professional tree fluffer person, and this was not my favorite job in the whole wide world. So then I take some Dollar Tree like grocery bags, and I am just using that as like how I'm gonna keep the tree in place here. Oh goodness, you guys saw that I didn't have enough straws. You guys take 2 bags, okay, or 2 bags of the straws. So now I'm taking my jute cord. Y'all, this is the jute cord that I told you that if like the nautical rope and the skinny twine from Dollar Tree had a baby, this would be its adorable baby. It's just perfect. So I wrapped it around there 3 times because I did not want to see the top of the glass. And I tie it in a bow. And it looks super cute. It looks so rustic. Absolutely love it. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to show at all, you guys. So keeping with the theme of trash to treasure, I have these beer bottle tops. For those of you that don't know, I was a bartender, and of course, people collect things like these all the time because you're going to do a million things with them, right? So anyways, I'm going to grab these, and what I'm doing right here is just looking for the flattest like ones that don't have the indent of the bottle opener on them. And then once I find quite a few of those, we're going to take them outside, and I put them on this wood piece. That way they're easier to move from this spot to inside to dry, because here in Kansas, it is super cold. So drying out here isn't the best. And I just sprayed them with Rust-Oleum matte white. Now y'all, I have the Arteza acrylic pins, and they are everything. I am going to be using these in so many of my videos. They are quality, and I love that I was able to do like these tiny detailed pictures with them, but you can also do bigger like items with them as well. So I'm going to link, I'm going to give you the link down below, and they also gave me a 10% off coupon code for y'all. So definitely go check them out because I am going to be using them a lot. So after we're done with this, you guys, I am just taking twine. At first I thought I was going to tie it in a knot, but I didn't end up doing that. I just ended up basically folding them in half and then just gluing them to the back. Using my finger protector, this was so easy. Just put the hot glue down and then down she goes. You know what I'm saying? All right, now we're going to hang these. You guys, this would also be cute if you have like a guy that has an office or a man cave to just do the beer bottle caps with it. And I think that would be super cute. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and decorate this with our little ornaments. These came out perfect for this size of tree. Love that I just kept it like with the red and the white here. I just love how you keep on seeing my bald spot that I didn't put the straws on. Okay, so now taking some Dollar Tree ribbon. Love this ribbon, you guys. I'm just doing a basic bow. Basically like a loop, cinch it together, and then we're making a tail out of this, just a little long. Y'all know I had to add a little bling up in here, okay? So then I'm taking twine, you guys, and I'm just wrapping it around and around. I didn't hot glue the ribbon together or anything. I'm just holding it there and wrapping it with my twine and then gluing the ends to the back of this ribbon. Love this ribbon. It is so gorgeous, looks so high end, and it actually went with the tree. It almost looks like polka dotty. Excuse me. And then we're gonna cut the tails into dovetails over here. And then it looks, this tree is so cute, you guys. So to make it stay on the tree, I just got like a line of twine, hot glued it to the back of the bow. That way I can just tie it up to the top of the tree. And just look at how cute. Oh my goodness. And then I just play around with it, kind of fluff up the bow. And look at how cute that is, you guys. It's so farmhouse, but then that bow just added what it needed. Okay, easiest project ever in the whole wide world of Christmas projects. So I got these at a garage sale for $4, and they are like the heavy duty ones. So you can spell out Noel with them if you want. If that's not your jam, you can spell them out to say lone or Knoll, I believe it is. I was just trying to get really crafty with these. Anyways, super nice, but I do not like this silver mirror. I don't know. I don't like it. So anyways, we're going to wipe these down. We are going to take these outside, and y'all, I wish I would have put them on something like a piece of wood like I did with the bottle caps, because I had to end up letting them just dry outside, which took a little longer considering it was so cold out there. But again, I only just needed one coat of this, and I wasn't pressed if like not every inch of it got colored, because we're going to go in with some antique wax as well. So you guys, what I love about this antique wax by Waverly is that it's movable. So like if you put like a clump somewhere, you can get your brush and like run over it, and it will move. Like it will glide. It's not stuck there like I feel like paint would be. So anyways, we get our chippy brush from Dollar Tree, you guys, and I am just distressing this. Now keep in mind, when you're doing something like this, distressing, start out with a little. You can always add more later. If you just go ham straight up on this, I mean, you can't go back from that. You know what I'm saying? So start with a little. If you don't like the way it looks, then you add more. Like for instance, this N compared to the other letters was super light compared to how I did the others. So I ended up going back into that one and putting a little bit more wax. But you guys, that's it for this one. Like, so easy for $4 and a little bit of paint. Yes, girl. Okay. And you guys, make sure to check those thrift stores. Okay. Here's my favorite. I was so excited, you guys. Oh, okay. So here are some bottles, you guys. If you have not tried this is Pinot Grigio champagne, and is the only thing I will drink. And it is so good just to unwind with some bubbly stuff. Love it. Anyways, taking this glass, I did not take the stickers off of it, but you definitely can. Taking a cheetah scarf from the Dollar Tree over here. And the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that it wraps around the bottle, okay? So I don't have to, do a lot of work or anything to it. And look at that, perfection. So then we are going to do what we like to call a hot dog fold over here. And then I'm going to attempt to cut a triangle. Now I say attempt because you will see as I am cutting that I obviously don't know how to cut a triangle. I don't know what was going on here. Do you see this? Do you see what your girl is doing here? I don't know. It's okay. Okay, let's just go back, try to clean that up there. And then after I get that under control, I'm trying to figure out if there is a right side to it, but it's not. So we're gonna get our Surebonder glue gun. We are gonna glue one side of that together. Now don't press too hard, you guys, because that hot glue will come right through your scarf and burn your finger just like it did to me. So once you let that dry for a little bit, we are gonna bring that inside out. Now grab a pen or something pokey so you can poke the top through. Now I left mine open at the top just because I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. So now that we know that fits, let's get on with his beard, okay? So taking the mop from Dollar Tree, at first I was trying to break it. Then as I started pulling these pieces out, once I got like 5 out, you guys, I was able to pull like groups of them out, and it was so easy. So then I'm just holding it up to my bottle, folded in half to see the length I wanted. And then I'm just going to start hot gluing these all around my my bottle here. And the reason I did it all the way around was, one, it has a sticker on the back. Two, I don't know how I'm going to display it, so I just want to make sure that it's fully covered and finished everywhere. So as you can see, I'm using my ladybug vacuum to hold it up because it was moving around a lot. But I thoroughly enjoyed making this. I thought it was so much fun and so relaxing. So then, you guys, I got smart with cutting this. This is the rotary blade from the Dollar Tree, and y'all, it is legit. This thing cuts so well. So if you can find them, definitely pick it up. This is the one I got at Sedalia. Wish I would have got more for like giveaways or something. But yeah, we're gonna finish this off, and then what we're going to do is cut our strings so that it sits flush with your bottle. Because if it's too long, then it was kind of like bowing out. Then I'm going to unravel these little pieces, and I got smarter and I grabbed my weeding tool, and you could use anything that's like pokey, like a fork maybe, I don't know. And I'm going to start from the top, and then I was able to like pull the pieces apart that way, and it was a lot easier than just using my fingers and trying to pull them. So I'm going to do this step all the way around here, and it added so much texture. I love the way it came out. But since I decided to keep this sticker on mine and not wash it off, I had to put some more of them down. So I just took the scrap pieces, and you guys, I just glued them down the same way, and then I'm going to take them apart the same way. Now, a lot of people, you can just literally soak these and these would come off so easy. The stickers, that is. But your girl was being lazy, okay? All right, so let's make sure this cap fits. It does, but I was getting super like witch vibes off this, like Halloween. So yeah. I glued this down, which I wish I wouldn't have because it fits so perfectly. I could have easily taken this off and just like changed it by season, but you know, whatever. So then I tie the end. Then I end up taking the tassels off. Now, I don't know why, but it was making me feel like a witch's hat, and it still kind of did. So of course we have to change that up. And I'm going to get the 20 millimeter raw bead. These are from Amazon. And then you guys, going in, this is the other version of the ribbon we used previously. And we got to make this gnome bougie, okay? So I take our Dollar Tree ribbon, and I'm basically gluing it together here. And this is going to add like a cuff to our gnome's hat. And I think it makes it look more like a sleeping cap or a gnome. I don't know why. I just think it looked like a witch's hat before. So just going off of the border of the little scarf hat, that's where I'm going to lay our hot glue. And y'all, I'm just going to wrap that all the way around, and super cute. So to make it a little Christmassy, I took some greenery off of an ornament, and all I did was stick it in there. I didn't hot glue it, just stuck it in the little gold thingamajigger. Then I'm taking a bow using the gold pin because it was silver in the middle. Hot glue that to the end of our gnome's little hat, and look at how, sorry you guys for that sound, adorable this gnome turned out to be. Right. And see, I like did the gold, it's usually silver. That's super impressed. So you guys, I've seen this vacuum on Heidi Samble, DIY by Jazz, and I've always wanted it. Finally spent the 10 bucks, and this thing is legit, you guys. It sucks up everything. Absolutely love it. It will be in my Amazon store for sure. So then I want to try another one. Now this Barb from the Shabby Tree showed me how to do this. Basically taking a piece of twine the same size as the paper, going around, and this will give you the perfect cutout for a cone shape. So I'm going to make my cone, and then we are going to hot glue this together. And we're gonna put that all the way up. You can also use maybe like clear tape if you want, or double-sided tape would work as well with this. But it fit on the bottle perfectly. So we are gonna do the same step, except you guys, with these I'm using the like scrap pieces. So all of the little strands on there are separated. So you have to make sure you push that into the hot glue really good so that they all don't come apart when you do this step, okay? So again, we did this all the way around, and I measured it with the cap on so I knew how long to make these guys. And look at how cute, so full, I love it. Oh, Hank, there we go again. Always up in the business. Okay, so then I tried a wood bead first, and I was like, you know what, I want something different. So I got an acorn, took the top of it off, and we're gonna give this guy like a little long nose. I thought he was cute. So since I separated the little mop fabrics, I needed to add some more underneath his nose. And as we did, you guys, with the other gnome, we are going to add this piece to the base of its hat. This is the red linen ribbon from Dollar Tree as well. And then we are going to go on the base of his hat again and hot glue it all the way around. And then, you guys, I could not figure out what I wanted to do with the top of his hat. Obviously, there was a hole up there. I tried to pom-pom, and that was horrible. So horrible. And Hank doesn't make it any easier. So then I'm gonna get a mop string, like the long piece of it, and we are going to start wrapping it around the top of this cone here. So I'm gonna wrap it, hot glue it, and then, you guys, this turned out to be like the gnome, like I Dream of Genie Christmas edition gnome. I didn't know where I was going, basically is what I'm saying, okay? So I'm gonna wrap it around all the way to the top. Keep on wrapping, there we go, there we go. Y'all, if you're enjoying my videos, please make sure to share and like and subscribe. It really helps support me and the channel so that I could continue to do this for y'all. So now we are taking some Dollar Tree twine. I hot glue the ends of them so that I could easily put my beads through. And basically, you guys, I'm gonna make like a beaded garland for the top of his hat. I felt like I needed something hanging down. Don't know why, but I thought that was enough beads. Okay, we're good. So then I'm gonna take the twine again, and I'm wrapping it around like my scraper tool. You could also just wrap it around your fingers. And then once I'm done wrapping that, then I'm going to take it off. We're going to grab another piece of twine, and we're going to tie that to the top of this piece here. And we're going to double knot it. And then we're going to cut the long bottom in half, basically. Okay. Now we're going to take the beaded twine that we had. We're gonna feed it through our little tassel we made, and we're just tying that off. I'm just doing some double knots there. And then we are going to hot glue that to the top. So I'm calling this like my Cali gnome. This is our I Dream of Genie Christmas edition California version gnome. I don't know, you guys, jeez. I don't know. Let me know which one was your favorite, the paper cone or the scarf cone. I'm definitely, this one is fun, but like I love my bougie like cheetah gnome. I think it came out so adorable, and I want to make so many more of them. Look at how cute. Okay, so cute. I absolutely love them, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I worked super hard on these projects. Oh my goodness. And I absolutely loved how they turned out. I hope that they inspire you to go and create and make your own versions as well, because oh my gosh, y'all, I had so much fun making these for you. And it's so fun to take everyday products that you would just throw in the trash and create something beautiful for your home with them, you know, or for other people. I just think it's so great, and I absolutely love how they turned out. For all of you guys that don't know, we do have a Facebook group now. I will make sure to link that in my description box for you all. I will also have I'll try and put all of the items used in my description box along with the timestamps. And again, you guys, if you enjoy my videos, please make sure to share, to like, and to subscribe. As always, I appreciate you all so very much. I absolutely love reading your guys' positive comments. And I hope you guys have a fabulous week. All right, our first DIY. We're going to get this Let It Snow. We're going to paint it. And what I'm going to start doing now is we're going to get some Mod Podge. I got my parchment paper. And I am just going to put the Mod Podge right onto my brush. We're going to brush that on, making sure to keep in the lines of the snowflake because we just want it on the snowflake here. I love the squeezable tube of Mod Podge that you can get at Dollar Tree. So convenient. This is the Marquee, I think it is, glitter that they had at Dollar Tree for a while, and it is beautiful. I love that you can still see that blue paint right through it. Look at that glitter. I love me some glitter. Okay, now we're going to take the snowflakes from Dollar Tree, the little sticky ones, and I'm just doing it right on this clear sheet that they come on. And again, just applying it directly to my paintbrush and then applying it to the snowflakes in a very light coat. I don't want to like slam these things with glitter like those stars above them. Just want to lightly coat them. And then voila, those are all done. And then I use my parchment paper so then I could just easily bend it, put it back in. So you guys, I got this wood board from Michael's. I believe it's after summer. These things go on like deep clearance. So this was probably like $3. So now I'm going to take the Let It Snow wood cutout. We're just going to hot glue it right on. This is called Spa Blue, by the way, by Rust-Oleum. We're going to adhere that. Then we're going to take our little snowflakes that we put some glitter on, and they had the little sticky foam things on the back of them. Didn't like that because it made them like pop up. So you guys, I am going to put this on the T to cover the hole. Of course, I wanted to put it on the dot of the eye, but I knew that the hole on the T would just drive me nuts. So if you're wondering, that's why I put it there. And then we're going to put a third one and then save that fourth one, set that one aside because we will use it later. So looking cute. Love you. Thank you. Let it snow. All right. So going on. Okay, you guys, I just wanted to show you this because I looked on Pinterest, of course, and I was like, all right, your girl's going to make a big, poofy, fluffy bow. Y'all, I just am not this big of a bow gal. Okay. I tried it. It didn't work for me. So we're basically going to deconstruct all of that. Do you see all that glitter fall out? Like, whoa, glitter. Okay, so we're taking this baby apart, okay? And basically what we're going to do now is we're going to make a messy bow with it. Now, my amazing subscribers told me you could take the wire out of these wire ribbons, and I was shook because you guys were telling the truth. Not that I think you guys lie, but you know, I had to try it for myself. And so I took it out and it made it just so much more, I don't want to say whimsical, but it was just easier to work with, especially when you're doing a messy bow. These two are from Dollar Tree. And then the next one I use is like, it almost looks like cheer bow kind of ribbon. You'll see it. It's like white and you can't see it in the image, but it is like super, super glittery. Now the ribbon is the same length, and then I just cut them into strips, and then you're just going to play around with this. Just lay them over each other. Just keep stacking, stacking, stacking. Now this silver ribbon, they also had it in gold and red from Dollar Tree. It is stunning, you guys. Does the glitter fall out of it? Yes. Is it worth it? HE double hockey sticks? Yes, it is. Because, I mean, look at it. So then we are going to just keep stacking. Stack, 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 stack. Okay. Yeah, I guess I just wanted you guys to watch all of this bow process. So enjoy. I do end up taking like the wire edges off on the top. Don't know why. Okay, now you guys, my zip tie, of course, bringing it to the back. I am tightening. And then look at how cute this is and sparkly. Yes. Okay, so using the same silver ribbon, I cut the edges off, and then I'm going to put that in the middle to hide that zip tie. And it's more sparkles, so why not? We are going to hot glue that off, and then we'll cut the excess off of the back of that. Now we are going to get our board again. You guys, I have so much of these wood boards because they go super cheap when they go on clearance. Okay, so now we're going to hot glue this bad boy right on. Your girl got glue happy, so I had to scrape some of that off there. But no worries, you can't see it. And then we're going to take our little snowflake that we also put some glitter on. Look at how pretty that bow is. Ooh, I get so excited about glitter. Okay, so attach that to the middle and voila, stunning. If you can see, I mean, you'll see it right here, but like the glitter when it catches the light, when it's standing up, is just beautiful, you guys. Absolutely beautiful. I hope you like it. And you know what? Sorry about my filters, you guys. I keep getting in these weird angles of shadows. So then I try the filters, but then they're too bright. See like the shadows that cast over it? Maybe in the new. You guys, we are going to be doing this wood round. Now, y'all know I love my wood signs, but I'm going to make this super easy. You guys, this is about $6 at Home Depot. This is going to make a stellar gift or something for yourself. Like literally, this is going to be so easy. So this is a 17.5-inch round, and I am taking Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint. Now you can use acrylic paint, whatever you would like. Now, if you want to get the exact look that I am going for and showing you today, I am only going to apply one coat of this on. I am using a chippy brush. You could get these at Dollar Tree. And then we are going to, you can see that like I'm just lightly coating it. I'm keeping some of the wood exposed. I want it to look rustic. I'm not doing this all clean or anything like that. And I'm not getting the sides because eventually I'll make this reversible so that I can use it for winter, and then I'll use it when it's not winter. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so then we're gonna go outside once it's dry. We're gonna get one of these. This is just from the Dollar Tree here. Your girl is gonna set it directly on top. And then of course check for hank hair because we don't want that getting stuck in our tray here. So I'm gonna take gray. Now I chose to do gray because I wanted it to be a bit more neutral for the living room. And you'll see that I am gonna go light. Do you see how far back I am? And I'm doing very light coats. I'm not like getting heavy-handed with this. I am misting this over the snowflake because I don't want it stark gray. I just want the mist of the gray. So once that's done and you're satisfied, make sure you get in all those little holes in there and everything. Then the wonderfulness is going to come out. Are you ready? Oh my gosh. Look at how beautiful that is, you guys. This is 17.5 inches. This is big, okay? And then with that, $6. I mean, this would make an awesome gift for anybody. All right, so now we're gonna take it back into the house. Now to make this more durable, okay, if you're gonna have glassware on it, candles, you know, things on it, I would suggest using polyacrylic. A chippy brush, again, you could get that from Dollar Tree. And we are going to put 2 coats of polyacrylic on it. Now you can most definitely use Mod Podge here. You can use a clear spray paint, but I highly recommend this for durability, okay? So right here, I am putting on light coats, and we are going with the grain of the wood and with the way that we painted, which is the grain of the wood as well. Now, don't get heavy-handed with this. You want to go in light. You want to make sure you cover everything. And then make sure to keep an eye on your sides. You don't want this dripping all down the sides of your sign, because remember, we do want to make this reversible eventually. So there's our first coat. And then I'm going around my sides and I'm just kind of lightly dry brushing it, because if any of that clear had dripped down the sides of that wood round, it would dry and it would leave like a cloudy bubble that isn't pretty. So then I go back in and I do my second coat. I don't sand in between the coats or anything. You most definitely can with a like 220 grit sandpaper or something, but that's not my preference. I just go right in after it dries. And I dry mine with a blow dryer on cool setting just because I have no patience and I want to speed my process up. So look at how beautiful that is, you guys. I wish my house wasn't tore up because I would love to show you. Actually, stay tuned on like my Instagram or something and I will post a picture of it set up for you. All right, our last DIY. We're taking these little square boxes. I'm pretty sure everybody has them in their stash. We're gonna go ahead and take this bad boy apart and then push our back out of here. And then once we do that, then I take my little craft knife and then I just kind of clean up the glue so that when I put the back in, it sits flush with the frame instead of all lopsided over here. And then after we're done doing that, we're gonna go ahead and rip the gather that's popping up of the back of our thing off. Now, don't worry about your ripped paper here because we are going to cover this. So I found, you guys, the most beautiful scrapbook paper at Hobby Lobby. It's a vintage set. And it was $6.99, 50% off, and the stuff in here is absolutely beautiful. So we're gonna just hot glue this directly on there. I do suggest putting a little dab in the middle, which I did not do. And then we're gonna cut the remainder of this off with our craft knife. You could also use scissors as well. That's super simple. And then after that is done, we are gonna go ahead and well, I'm gonna play around with it first. This is the Dollar Tree or Dollar General ornament. It's absolutely beautiful, but we gotta take that top part off. So I get my wire cutters, it comes off so easy. And then for a while I'm thinking, and I'm like, do I wanna leave it like this? But you know, I couldn't leave it like this. It needed something more. So I painted it that same spa blue and I was happy I made that decision because it added just what it needed. So this is kind of like a dome shape over here. So what I'm gonna do is take my ruler, I'm gonna find the middle point of our backing here. And this is why I say that the hot glue, I should have put some in the middle, because once I apply this little wood cube and apply the ornament, it kind of like lifts off of the back of the sign. So do as I say, not as I do. And now we're gonna take some super glue from Dollar Tree, some hot glue, and we're gonna attach that right to the back. I love these ornaments. You guys saw me use one in Monday's video as well. All right, let it snow, let it snow. All right, then you guys, I was just able to pop this right back in. That was it. That was it. And it turned out so pretty. And I love how all of them kind of like vibe together. My kids are upstairs screaming. So look at how gorgeous this Let It Snow. And what I love too is it has like carol lyrics in the background. So it just kind of goes with the whole music theme as well of Let It Snow. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed these simple DIYs. I hope they inspire you to create. And I cannot wait to show you a picture of the wood round all set up as a serving tray, because that's what I will be using it for in our living room on our ottoman. So you guys, I hope you have a... All I taste is my lipstick. Me. At first I liked this. Now I just feel like it looks like a bunch of chaos and clutter and, you know? All right.
Sorry for the interruption. No. Well, hello, you guys.
Here is our first ornament, you guys. Absolutely adorable, super easy, as will all things be. I am taking 3 of the Dollar Tree Jenga blocks. I'm going to hot glue 2 of them vertically and 1 of them horizontally, and bam, easy peasy, you got a hat. Then I'm going to take rich black folk art chalk paint, and we are going to do the front, the back, and the sides, and you're gonna let that dry, or if you're me, take your heat gun and speed that up. Then we're taking Dollar Tree twine, tying it in a little knot on the bottom. You're gonna, I guess there's no front or back, but you're gonna put it somewhere. This is my back, I guess. We're gonna hot glue that on there for a moment. Then we're going to take the Dollar Tree ribbon. Now, I guess I did this backwards, but it all works out. So I'm gonna put a little baby dab of glue right there, wrap it around our hat. I'm gonna cover the seam up, so I guess that's why it doesn't matter, but it would have probably made more sense to do it the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's finish hot gluing this, you guys, and then I'm gonna take my favorite berries. Can you tell the exaggeration in my voice? So these were just by me, and I figured, you know what, they fall off anyways, so I might as well just take the fallen off berries and hot glue those suckers on. And there you go. All right, look at how gorgeous and high-end this one looks, y'all. So cute. So these are the wood rounds from Walmart. They come in a 6-pack for less than $2. I did use the antique wax by Waverly on this first, and the reason it is not filmed is because I had a happy mistake on the back of this, so this was a redo. So I'm taking the plaster Waverly paint, and I am just brushing that on there. It's okay if it's messy. I want it to look kind of distressed anyways. And you're gonna do the front, you're gonna do the sides. Then we are going to take the Dollar Tree the rub-ons. Now, you guys, these are so easy to work with. You just have to take your time with them. So place them down, and then you're going to get some kind of scraper, and you're just going to rub, 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 rub. And then as you're peeling back the film, just go slowly, because if anything is still on the film, all you have to do is place it back down and just rub a little bit more, and it will work. You also need to make sure that your surface is completely dry when using these as well. But look at how stunning that looks. You would never know that was rub-on or that it was from the Dollar Tree. So taking a wood letter from the Dollar Tree, we are going to put some antique wax on that, and then we are going to coat it with gold by Arteza. And it makes it like a nice bronze color, which I love against this green. Ooh, a lot of these would make great name tags, placement tags, and of course ornaments. And then I'm going to take, it's like a geometric, I don't know, it's like an odd bead. I think I got them at Joann's, I think. But I'm going to paint this gold and then brush it with antique wax as well. I hate when I put like all my stuff away and then I'm like, oh yeah, let's take it all out again. So anyways, we're going to feed our twine through here. We're going to double it up, and then we're going to feed our bead through the 2 strands right here. And then we are going to go ahead and tie it in a knot, and then we are done. Look at how easy that is, you guys. And look at how beautiful it looks. You're welcome. All right, you guys, this one's easy peasy lemon squeezy. And the kids can join in on the fun. So we're going to take some twine. I'm doubling it up here, so kind of folding it in half. And then I'm going to double knot the bottom. Now this, you guys, would keep the kids entertained forever. If you're like, okay, you're going to prep them, and then they have to feed all the beads through. I mean, my kids would be entertained for a while. And then I'm taking, I believe these are the 20 millimeter wooden beads. I got all of my beads through the Amazon, the 1,000 count one. I think it's less than $20. So we're going to feed 3 through here, because we need our bottom, our middle, and our top for our snowman. And then I'm just tying a knot on top so that our beads don't move everywhere here. And then this is the fun part where the kids can take I'm going to take the Arteza acrylic pins, but you can use puff paints, which would be super cute too. They could just use good old-fashioned crayons or markers, whatever it may be, and they could just draw their own little designs on them, and it'll be so much fun. Be fun to send to grandparents or aunties, uncles, things like that. Draw his little nose on there. We're going to add a little scarf. Don't ask me why this ribbon is so long. And I'm just going to hot glue that down there. You could also tie this up too, especially if the kids are doing it. And then there you go. I told you guys these are easy ornaments. Okay. Oh my gosh. These are my absolute favorite. Y'all know I'm on the gnome train, okay? And these are amazing. So we are going to start with the Dollar Tree twine. This is just like a stencil from Dollar Tree. I'm just using it as my guide to wrap, I guess you could say. So we're going to start wrapping, you guys. If you get dizzy or you get nauseous, close your eyes right now because it is going to go fast, 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 fast. So you're going to keep wrapping this until you get the fullness that you want. So the thicker this is, the thicker like your hat and everything is going to be on your gnome. So now I'm taking this and we're going to tie the top off like you would a normal tassel, but we are going to leave the top a little bit longer than we usually would because this is where our hat is going to be for our gnome. So we're still going to cut the bottom off. That's going to be the little beard. And then we're going to get our twine again, hot glue it to the bottom right there. And again, you guys, if you get dizzy, close your eyes. We're going to wrap. And we're going to wrap it all the way up. Now, try and get as high up as you can to kind of, because you don't want like those little tassels sticking out. It'll look like you got bumps in your hair kind of thing, you know. So go up as far as you can. Now, you're going to start wrapping this around, and that is what is going to give you your fullness to your gnome's hat, okay? Then I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to add the little wood nose, and I add that first because I'm going to start wrapping the twine kind of over his nose to kind of like layer it on top, you know, and then we're just going to hot glue that off, cut off the remainder, and then there's a little loop right on top of his head. That was just by chance, you guys. So just try and have one of those when you do it. Or you could just hot glue a piece too. That works totally fine. And then we're tying off, and y'all know I'm extra, so I had to add something. So I found this little paper flower from Hobby Lobby, attach that, and look at how cute. It's like a woodland gnome. Oh, my gnomies, I love it. Oh, so many puns. Okay, so now I'm showing you a second gnome just so you can see that you can use different materials to make them. We're gonna make like a little winter wonderland gnome, doing the same steps, wrapping, cutting off. I tried to do this one a little closer for you guys. So again, tying the top off, double knot that. You want to leave the length on the top for your hat. Cut your bottom off. There you go. And then again, so we are going at the base of his, what's going to be the hat, her hat. And then we are going to, or it could be a him. He could be fancy. And then we're going to wrap. Get all of that yarn up in there. This would be fun to do with the kids too, you guys. Especially a yarn one, because Elmer's glue should probably work pretty well with it. And then again, going to the top, try and get as much of that in your little hat as you can. See my little loop right there? I'm just going to leave that be because that's going to help us with our hanger. And then again, I'm going to start just wrapping it around and around to get more fullness in the hat because I don't want it to look like super skinny like that. And it just adds more like texture and depth, you know. And then I'm going to do something different, and we're going to add a pearl to this guy's nose because he's fancy. He's like Jack Frost of the gnomes, you know what I'm saying. I didn't even mean to say that. That was awesome. Okay. And then we're wrapped again by the nose to kind of do a little layer, and then hot gluing it off, cutting that off, and then we are going to make the loop. Again, if you happen to not have anything to put it through, just tie, you know, a knot, and then you can hot glue it to the top of his head, or even like tuck it in right there. And y'all know I'm like, walk, I'm extra. So we're gonna add some stuff. Do you guys watch Star vs. Evil? Those little gems that I just used remind me of the little genie guy in that. Okay, anyways, so I am going to take little crystals, and then we are going to put 3 of them, because everything's better in a group of 3. And look at how cute in Winter Wonderland this one looks. So cute. All right, here is a personalized one. These, you guys, would be great to sell on your Etsy shop or your Facebook page. This is from Walmart. These are less than $1. I think they're 79 cents. They are great quality. I love the 3D effect that they have on them. And we are going to start this one by using some Folk Art Rich Black chalk paint. Just make sure to not oversaturate your brush if you're going to paint like this, because you don't want it falling down on your bottom layer, because as you can see, I painted it with plaster just to make it pop a little bit more. And then I made a decal on my crickets. Now you can personalize this. This would even be cute for a married couple to put like 1 + 1 = like the Beltries, or, you know, something like that. And I think these would make great name tags too. So to add and finish this off, we are going to get our twine. We're going to go ahead and just loop that through here. You guys, does twine sponsor people? You know, because hi, my name's Sammy. I'm addicted to twine. I use it all the time. So then taking a Dollar Tree ribbon, I'm going to go ahead and cut that in half right here. And it's okay if it frays, because it's rustic, it's farmhouse. That's totally fine. And I just double knot that up, you guys. And that is it for this ornament. Look at how easy these are, you guys. Anybody can do these. So adorable. All right, look at how adorable this one is. This one reminds me of just a traditional Christmas ornament. So we are going to take the wood blocks from the Dollar Tree, the buttons. Just so you know, the buttons actually come in this pack with the colorful ones, and then they have one that have like muted tones in them. So we are going to put all of our blocks together in their rows. I think it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to add a little stem, because obviously we need our Christmas tree. So what I'm going to do is start by connecting my little blocks to create rows. And then I will put the rows together. Now I want to point out the parchment paper on the bottom, you guys, is so amazing when you're using hot glue if you don't have a silicone pad, because the glue will not stick to it, and it's so much better for your measuring mat so it doesn't get ruined. So now I'm taking my rows and I'm going to glue those on top of each other. This worked perfectly fine. It's very sturdy. You could also use wood glue, gel, super glue from Dollar Tree, whatever you want. So I chose to leave mine raw, but you can totally paint this green, whatever you want. And then I saved you guys the agony of watching me go through every single one of these buttons to choose which ones I wanted to use. You are very welcome. And then we're just going to play around with placement. Now you guys, this Surebonder detailed glue gun is amazing, and I will continue to say that, because for small projects like this, it does the job amazingly. So with this, you guys, I want to point out, when you are applying these buttons, make sure you're pressing on like the sides of the buttons, because one, you'll burn your finger if you're going to press it down in the middle, because the hot glue comes through the little buttonholes. And then two, you don't want the hot glue, you know, spilling out everywhere. So don't push hard. You just want to make sure they're attached there. And then look at how easy this was. This would also be a fun one to do with the kids, because you can use Elmer's glue if you pre-hot glue the tree together for them, and then they can paint it, and then they could glue on their buttons. And then we're just attaching some twine, and there you go. I love this. It's a very traditional ornament, especially if the kids make it. It'll be something so fabulous to bring out every year. And then this one is super, super, super farmhouse for all of you farmhouse lovers. So I am taking these wood panels from Dollar Tree. They come in a 6-pack, so you could really get 12 ornaments out of these. I am cutting these in half right here, and I took y'all's advice and used the lip of the miter saw table box, and it did work so much better. So thank you all for giving me that little bit of information. And then I am just going in, you guys, marking off the center point with a dot, which was 1.5 inches. And then just drilling a hole. Now, if you do not have a tool like this, you guys can simply just hot glue twine to the back of them. I also thought it would have been cute to do like twine and then put like a little button over it. Would have been super cute too. So I did sand like the cut wherever I cut off camera, and then now I'm sanding the drill holes because they do splinter quite a bit with these panels. And what was I gonna say about these panels? I don't know, girl. All right, you guys, my husband makes fun of me because of this vacuum, but it seriously does its job. Okay, so we're gonna use Folk Art Rich Black, Crimson by Waverly, Plaster by Waverly, and Antique Wax. We are gonna paint each one of these different colors, front, back, and sides. I will not torture you and make you watch me paint every single piece of wood. So I will go ahead and jump ahead. And then we are going to basically paint them with their contrasting colors. So I'm really just dry brushing this on, doing it messy. Just want it to look distressed. The red is going to have some of the black, which I love this red and black. It looks so gorgeous together. And then you guys, when you do the white, make sure it's thoroughly dry so that when you put the red on, it does not turn pink. And then I am using the plaster on our antique wood ornaments. Okay, so now that those are all painted, we're gonna do something a little different with the red one, and then the 3 other ones are kind of gonna be the same. So I'm taking this Dollar Tree buffalo check ribbon, and I am gonna cut the wire off. And then we are going to take our glue gun. We're gonna hot glue that on. Do not press hard on top of this or you're gonna burn your finger. That's why I'm just tap, tap, tapping. And then I'm gonna take my twine and we're gonna cut it into small pieces, almost to make it look like it's like a photo in there. Now y'all, like I said, this Surebonder detail gun, you see how tiny those little pieces of twine are? I did not burn my finger. I did not get anything on there. The fine tip is like amazing, okay? Like, highly recommend this gun. It's in my Amazon store link in the description box, so make sure to check it out. It's so good. Okay, now we got some twine, looping it through. We're using twine for everything, I feel like. I think we do. Okay, looping that through. Then we're gonna take some more of our wood beads, and I'm gonna put some hot glue on the edges of my twine. This just helps harden it up so it doesn't fray as I'm feeding my beads through. And we're gonna use a mix of sizes here. Y'all definitely invest in the Amazon wood beads. They are so worth it. I've used so many of the sizes that I got in the pack. And then we're just tying it off in a little knot. And then we are going to take the wood letters from Dollar Tree after we're done here, and we're going to paint that again, the crimson red, and then I'm going to take black and then put it over. I always, you guys, keep a cup of water next to me so that I don't have to go upstairs every time I'm done using a paintbrush, and I just let them sit in the cup of water, and you'll see I have it right there. Just gonna dust that off. And that is also why I love the doggy pee pads as like my cover for my table, because they absorb paint, they absorb water, and they're amazing. So we're gonna glue this number 4 on. Of course, this 4 is for the number of people in our family. And look at how cute that is. I love it. This would be a cute idea, like if you were getting married and it was like a farmhouse, to do like table numbers or seat numbers, or I don't know, we didn't do that. Okay, so with the other ones, you guys, I created these vinyl decals. Oh, it's so crooked. I can't stand that. In my Cricut machine. If you guys want me to make like these a set, let me know, and I could do like 6 or I don't know what kind of number, but let me know. And then I'm going to put these on. So Farm Life with the little truck. I got Rise and Shine with our rooster in red. And then this is all permanent vinyl, you guys. Any of the colors you ever see me use, I get from MidwestHTV.com. The white and the black, I just get giant rolls from Amazon. It's Oracle 651 permanent vinyl, and it is in matte. I prefer matte colors over the shiny glossy stuff. And then look at how cute those are. Okay, so then to add a little something else, we're gonna get some twine, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap that around. And then we are going to just hot glue it to the back to secure it down. You looking fabulous. You could also make these, you guessed it, double-sided if you wanted to. So then I'm taking this red. I don't know what this is, you guys. It is from my wedding. A girlfriend bought it for flat, like we made our own bouquets. I don't know what it's called. But we are going to use it to create a little hanger. Now, at this point, I don't know what I'm doing, okay? But I do figure it out. So I'm going to put 4 of these small beads on here, right? Just watch carefully because I was figuring it out as I was doing it. So then I'm going to fold the end. Is it the end? Oh, no. See, just watch because I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm going to loop it through. I'm going to like loop the beads through. I'm like trying to watch this and explain it to you at the same time. Okay. And then we just tied the knot up top, but it's so cute. The beads, like how they're on each side, is so cute. Look at this. Come on, show them. Look at how cute that is. I love it. Okay, this one, we are going to tie the twine. I told you we're going to use twine, and more twine. All right, this one needs a little something. So I'm wrapping it like a finger bow. And we're essentially making a finger bow. But I am going to cut off the ends of the loops. There you go. So that is just a fray. It's cute. It's messy. And then we're done with that one. And then for Farm Life, we are going to get that red, whatever it is, back out eventually. But I'm just going to tie some twine around there. And then I just wanted to add a little something to this. So like I said, that red stuff, I don't know what it's called. And this one no, don't like that. Looks like a headband or something, I don't know. So we are gonna make a finger bow for this one. I think I just did a 2-loop finger bow. And then tightening that off. I do have a step-by-step on the finger bows on a bow video. I will link in the description box and put above for you guys. And look at how cute that one is. Now look at how these could be tags, they could be ornaments. These could just be everyday things. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely adorable. Now here is such an easy one, you guys. So easy. All right, so I'm taking a shower curtain ring here and I'm taking twine. Now, at first I thought, okay, maybe I could open this and then it'd be easier to wrap around. But it wasn't, you guys, not at all. So, yeah, so unwind a bunch of twine before you start this circle. And what I'm going to do is just keep wrapping and wrapping all the way around. And then once I get to the middle, since it kind of goes down a little bit, I made sure to keep wrapping that twine around so that it was, I don't want to say an even circle, but you guys get what I'm saying here. I didn't want it like dip down in the middle, if that makes sense. I don't know. Okay, so securing that, and then I was like, you know what? I could just use this to make a loop for it. So I cut it off, and then I just hot glued the other side of the twine to the bottom of our ring. So now we have a nice loop here. And then I'm taking some baby eucalyptus, feeding that through the ribbon, and then gonna hot glue it down. Now you can leave it just like this, super simple, rustic farmhouse. I wanted to add just a little bit of red to it. So I got a thin ribbon and I'm just going to tie a classic bow up there. It actually ended up being like an upside down bow. I don't know what happened here, but you could also add some berries to this, or you know, the little wooden cutouts that you could get at Walmart right now or Hobby Lobby. Ooh, you know, it'd be cute, like one of those little tiny baby wreaths from Hobby Lobby. That would be pretty adorable too. Sorry about the dogs barking. It is, I don't know why they're barking. All right, and then you are done with this one. I think we only have one more, you guys, which is like a super, super easy one. So this one, you guys, yes, it's just a bow, but I just wanted to show you it because I feel that like we forget like the simplest things, you know, like we all most crafters have like a bunch of ribbon on hand, and it could be the simplest thing you don't even think of to just, you know, add a little something extra to your tree or your decor or whatever it may be. So I just thought I would show you this anyways. So I'm cutting all of the wire off of this Dollar Tree ribbon. I think it kind of cheapens it, and it does fray a lot, you guys, but that's okay because we're going for rustic here. Then I'm taking my twine and I'm just wrapping around. I didn't even glue it down at first, but don't worry because it's securely in there. Just wrap it around, wrap it around, secure it down. All right, there you go. You guys, look at pretty easy. Then we're going to take a little loop of, you guessed it, twine. I thought about it, but no. Okay. And you guys, this is great. Like this would go with like those farmhouse like tags I just showed you, and then add like a couple of these there. I mean, that would be super adorable. They're not going to last forever, but all right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed these farmhouse Christmas tree ornaments. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I will be doing like a 3-part sequel of ornaments. I will be doing a keepsake ornament video, and then also what you can do with the clear ornaments from Dollar Tree. So make sure to stay tuned for those. I'm super excited to do them, and let me know down below which one was your favorite.